What? All the Zamasu, seeing Lin Chen playing the victim, instantly turned red with anger. But before they could refute Lin Chen, Zeno spoke up, "It's truly infuriating. Zeno-sama. And no, it's not like that. We." Seeing a white light glowing in Zeno's small hand, one Zamasu instantly knew that it was too late to say anything now. Quickly run away. Hurry up and leave this world." The Zamasu immediately raised their hands, intending to turn their time rings. However, when they tried to do that, to their surprise, they discovered that their time rings had inexplicably turned into dust and disappeared. What's going on? It's that woman. She must be behind this. No. Why do we have to disappear? Accompanied by a childlike voice, a white light released from Zeno's hand and engulfed all the Zamasu in front of him. Although these Zamasu were individually powerful, with one of them even having taken over Jiren's body, they were utterly powerless against Zeno's might. In the blink of an eye, they all vanished into thin air. At this moment, Lin Chen was deeply stimulated by Zeno's power. It turns out that in front of a powerhouse like Zeno, he was still too weak. In the end, Zamasu was personally eliminated by Zeno, but contrary to the plot he remembered, this time, Zeno didn't wipe out Trunks' world along with him. But after Zamasu's rampage, Trunks' world was already in ruins and desolation. The future of this world would likely require Trunks to put in extra effort. For Lin Chen, however, these matters weren't urgent. The immediate concern was how to handle the mighty Zeno. Otherwise, with a slight misstep, he might follow in Zamasu's footsteps. "Zeno-sama, thank you for lending a hand." Zeno shook his head. "Lin Chen, if you want to thank me, how about taking me to your world to play?" "My world?" "Yeah, you came from another world, right? Does that world also have another me? I'd like to go and take a look." Curiosity flashed in Zeno's eyes. Lin Chen found it difficult to refuse, but he also knew that bringing Zeno back wouldn't be a big deal. After all, in the original work, Goku brought another Zeno to his world. With this in mind, Lin Chen said, "All right, I'll take you to have a look." "Great." Saying that, Lin Chen extended his hand toward Zeno. Just as Zeno was about to hold it, the two Zeno's bodyguards suddenly flashed over, attempting to stop Lin Chen. However, at this moment, Zeno spoke in a cold tone, "Do you want to be erased?" The two Zeno's bodyguards immediately stepped aside. Holding Lin Chen's hand, Zeno added, "By the way, it's a serious crime for ordinary people to travel through time. You can't come along." "Zeno-sama." The two Zeno's bodyguards were anxious. Zeno was going to another world, how could they not follow? But seeing the ruthless look in Zeno's eyes, the two immediately stepped back. With Zeno, Lin Chen first made a trip to Kai's planet, meeting up with Kranoa and the others. Zeno from this world also knew Kranoa. After meeting her, he excitedly grabbed her hand. The group then returned directly from Kai's planet to their own world, leaving North Kai alone, trembling in fear. Today, he had truly widened his horizons. Not only did he meet the supreme Kai of time, but he even had the chance to see the most powerful god of the universe, Zeno-sama. Oh, besides North Kai, Trunks, Vegeta and Goku also stayed behind. Trunks belonged to this world, and Vegeta wanted to explore this place. As for Goku, he was purely kept by Vegeta as a means of transportation. Soon, Lin Chen's world. With Kranoa's assistance, Lin Chen, Zeno and others returned to Earth. "Lin Chen, I'm heading back. I need to check a few worlds to confirm if Zamasu is still alive. I'll also investigate this tower from the Dark Demon realm that you mentioned." After sending them back, Kranoa didn't linger and bid farewell. Zeno, on the other hand, looked around with curiosity. "Lin Chen, where is this?" "Zeno-sama, this is my world. This is a planet called Earth, and our current location is my wife's parents' home. Oh, oh. Curiously looking around, Zeno's attention was suddenly drawn to a food cart in the garden. On the cart were various piles of sweets and cakes. Wow! What is that? Meanwhile, in Bulma's garden, Beerus and Whis were leisurely lying on lounge chairs, wearing sunglasses, and holding juice with straws in their mouths. Although for Lin Chen and others, the battle in the World 16 lasted only a short while, for Beerus and others, it had been more than a day. Beerus put down the straw and casually picked up a piece of cake to eat. He spoke while munching, "Whis, why haven't Lin Chen and the others returned yet? Did something happen to them?" Beerus-sama, with Mr. Lin Chen's current strength, even if he's not his match, it shouldn't be an issue to save himself. I don't see any reason to worry. Whis also picked up a piece of cake to eat. Beerus finished his cake in a few bites and tried to grab another piece. What you say makes sense, but I am the god of destruction of Universe 7, after all. I still need to show some concern. I understand, Beerus-sama. That's why we are waiting for news on Earth. Whis, where's my cake? You be ****. That was the last piece. Hurry up and give it back. Beerus-sama, why are you in such a rush? Look, a new cake is coming over. Whis quickly finished the cake in his mouth, while pointing to a food cart that was approaching from a distance. Hearing this, Beerus immediately jumped up, ready to take everything from the food cart and leave nothing for Whis. But just as Beerus rushed to the food cart, a blue figure appeared on the cart, enjoying the cake with relish, right in front of Beerus. Huh? That be ****. That's my cake. Hurry up and give it to me. Seeing someone eating his cake, Beerus was immediately angered. He jumped up and ran towards the food cart. However, at that moment, the short blue figure turned around. It was surprisingly Zeno. Zeno-sama. Midway through his charge, Beerus abruptly hit the brakes. Then, relying on the inertia, he smoothly dropped to his knees before Zeno, giving a deep bow. Zeno-sama. I didn't know you were here. My apologies for not welcoming you. Whis. Zeno-sama is here. Come over quickly. Oh. Whis also didn't expect Zeno to appear on Earth. He hurriedly floated over and bowed. Welcome, Zeno-sama. After Beerus and Whis bowed, there was a moment of silence. When they couldn't hold back any longer and raised their heads, they found that Zeno was completely absorbed in the delicious food and paid no attention to them. Wow, it's delicious. So sweet. Zeno exclaimed in excitement, licking his lips, leaving Beerus and Whis speechless and somewhat distressed. After all, the food was originally meant for them. Whis, what's going on? How did Zeno-sama come here? Beerus asked in a hushed tone. I don't know, Whis shook his head, even the Grand Priest hasn't informed us. While they were murmuring, Hit, Caulifla, and others from Universe 6, who came to support, said their goodbyes and left. Lin Chen, accompanied by his two sons, Broly, and Frieza, approached. Seeing them, Beerus didn't ask if they were back because they had dealt with Zamasu. Instead, his immediate concern was that they hadn't shown proper respect to Zeno-sama. Beerus shouted, Lin Chen. And the rest of you, how dare you not greet Zeno-sama? Oh, Beerus-sama, this Zeno-sama is the one I brought here. What? Beerus's eyes widened in surprise, and Whis squinted, evidently contemplating the possible origins of this Zeno. Next, Lin Chen had the Bulma household servants bring in a large amount of delicious food. He also had Tights personally attend to Zeno. After settling him down, Lin Chen told Beerus and the others about the battle against Zamasu. Beerus remained indifferent throughout Lin Chen's account of eliminating Zamasu, picking his ears, showing no interest whatsoever. However, when Lin Chen mentioned Zeno's appearance, Beerus suddenly sat up. So, this Zeno-sama is from World 16. Lin Chen, you actually kidnapped Zeno-sama and brought him to your home. Do you know how audacious that is? Lin Chen couldn't help but chuckle. Beerus-sama, you make it sound easy. If Zeno-sama wanted to come back with you, would you have the guts to refuse? Beerus was momentarily speechless. He glanced at the joyous Zeno and asked, so what do you plan to do? Zeno-sama, to put it bluntly, is like a time bomb. Placing him in Universe 7, aren't you afraid that one day the entire Universe 7 will be erased? I know, so. Lin Chen turned his gaze to Whis. Mr. Whis, please inform the Grand Priest. I plan to take this Zeno-sama to meet our Zeno-sama. Whis nodded, that's a good idea. Only Zeno-sama can handle himself. I'll go report to the Grand Priest. Lin Chen, take care of this Zeno-sama in the meantime. Sure, Beerus-sama, would you like to join me? What? Lin Chen, why are you dragging me into this? As the god of destruction of this universe, Beerus-sama, shouldn't you receive Zeno-sama when he comes? No, no, no. Shortly afterward, in the distant void, at the center of the 12 universes, the doors of Zeno's palace slowly opened, and the Grand Priest walked out. Seeing the figure outside the door, the Grand Priest was momentarily stunned, then he immediately bowed. Welcome, Zeno-sama. Wow, it's really the Grand Priest. World 16th Zeno bounced over to the Grand Priest, curiously looking around. Wow, it's exactly the same. World 16th Zeno, hereafter referred to as Zeno 16, seemed to be comparing the Grand Priest here with the Grand Priest from his world. From the looks of it, the Grand Priest in both worlds seemed to be identical. Zeno-sama, please, come in. The other you have been waiting for you. Grand Priest's expression remained calm. Under his lead, everyone entered Zeno's palace together. Inside the palace, it was still as spacious as ever. When they reached the end of the palace, there was a towering throne there. A small figure jumped down from the throne and happily ran over. Lin Chen. Zeno waved, smiling. You're here. Grand Priest said you brought an interesting person to see me. Who is it? Hello, Zeno-sama. I was referring to him. As Zeno arrived before Zeno 16, the two Zeno stared at each other. Lin Chen walked over to them and said, Zeno-sama, this is Zeno-sama from World 16. He came to play, and you two can play together. By the way. Lin Chen took out a hoi poi capsule and handed it to the Grand Priest. Grand Priest-sama, this contains Earth's toys for the two Zeno-sama to play with. You're considerate, Grand Priest nodded. Finally, there was a reaction between the two Zenos. Hello. Hello. Shall we play together? Suddenly, the two Zeno ran around in Zeno's palace like children. Seeing this scene, the Grand Priest couldn't help but show a pleased smile. Mr. Lin Chen, I heard that the troublemaker Zamasu, who disrupted various worlds, has been taken care of by you. Now you've also found a friend for Zeno-sama. Thank you very much. It's nothing, just a small effort, Lin Chen said indifferently. Grand Priest smiled, since you've done so much, I'll have Zeno-sama consider rewarding you. About the reward, I've already got one. Lin Chen chuckled meaningfully. Because just now, he heard the system's notification sound. Ding! Confirming that the history has been corrected. Congratulations host on gaining one time point. Needless to say, this must be because the two Zeno had gathered. Grand Priest looked at Lin Chen in surprise before saying, in that case, let me help you restore your divine power first. You seem to have used up a lot of it this time. With that, the Grand Priest extended his hand towards Lin Chen, and a light suddenly enveloped Lin Chen's entire body. Immediately, Lin Chen felt miraculously that the depleted divine power within him was replenished all at once. Even his divine power had increased a bit from before. Feeling the changes in his body, Lin Chen couldn't help but nod slightly in gratitude to the Grand Priest. After bringing Zeno here, everyone's task was considered complete. Without Zeno's disturbance, Beerus once again immersed himself in the delights of food, this time without worrying about anyone competing for his share. It was only now that Lin Chen had the time to deal with future Trunks' situation. Since Zamasu's death, he, Goku and Vegeta had stayed in World 16 and had not returned yet. With Kranoa's help, Lin Chen easily returned to Universe 7 of World 16. Then, using Ki Sense, he quickly located future Trunks and others. Earth. When Lin Chen teleported to their side, they were flying in the sky above Earth. "Trunks, I'm back." Seeing them, Lin Chen greeted. "Teacher. Big brother Lin Chen. Your Majesty." Trunks and the others immediately stopped and responded. "I've resolved matters on my end. How are things on your side?" Upon hearing Lin Chen's question, tears welled up in Trunks' eyes, and he choked up. "Teacher, please save this world. That bastard Zamasu. He. When Trunks' voice choked with sobs, Vegeta shouted, "Trunks. Saiyans don't cry. Stand up straight. Whatever it is, His Majesty will help." Yes. Although Trunks nodded, his tears continued to fall. Vegeta couldn't help but frown and speak for him, "Your Majesty, this world is done for. We've searched several planets, and not only have we not found any living beings, but we haven't even seen a single android. That **************** Zamasu has killed almost all intelligent lifeforms and androids." Upon hearing this, Lin Chen couldn't help but sigh. That ******* Zamasu acted so quickly. In that case, isn't Trunks the last survivor in this universe? Ding! Suddenly, a system prompt rang in Lin Chen's mind. Detecting the destruction of World 16's Universe 7, triggering the strongest choices. Choice 1, find the lost Super Dragon Balls for Trunks and restore this world. Reward, 20% increase in the effectiveness of Super Kaioken. Choice 2, use the time machine to send Trunks back to the time before the Supreme Kai of World 16's Universe 7 was killed. Reward, Majin Buu's immortality. Choice 3, create a new set of Dragon Balls for Trunks, allowing him to choose how to save this world. Reward, clues for above Super Saiyan 4. After confirming the system's prompt in his mind, Lin Chen couldn't help but be stunned. Trunks' tragedy, as his master, he naturally wouldn't ignore. However, he didn't expect that there would be 3 ways to resolve this situation. In the original work, faced with the destroyed Trunks world, Goku and the others chose Choice 2, sending Trunks back to an earlier time to prevent the death of the Supreme Kai and the God of Destruction, allowing them to save the world in the future. This method was simple, but it had many drawbacks, the biggest being the creation of an additional parallel universe. World 16 was the main world, and adding another parallel universe meant an increase in the main world. This could potentially lead to the emergence of more mini-worlds of one main world. The consequences of this choice were not small. Moreover, Lin Chen saw this choice as somewhat escaping from reality. Although for Trunks, he could once again live with his friends, family, and loved ones. But in his original world, those people were truly dead, with no possibility of resurrection. Escaping from reality was not the Saiyan way of doing things. Therefore, Lin Chen first ruled out Choice 2. Next was Choice 1. Seeing this choice, Lin Chen immediately understood that they might have misunderstood Zamasu before. It was likely that Zamasu didn't actually kill Super Shenron. After giving it some thought, it made sense. Super Shenron was created by Dragon God Zalama, and no matter how powerful Zamasu was, he couldn't possibly have surpassed Dragon God Zalama. So, how could he have killed Super Shenron? So, Zamasu's actions at that time probably just temporarily sent the Divine Dragon back into the Dragon Balls. After 1 year, the Dragon Balls would automatically restore themselves. This kind of thing has happened in the original work as well. For instance, when Great Demon King Piccolo killed the Divine Dragon, even though Piccolo thought he had killed the Divine Dragon, it was later proven that the Divine Dragon hadn't died, only its model was destroyed. Great Demon King Piccolo couldn't even defeat Kami, so naturally, he couldn't kill Kami's Divine Dragon. As for the Dragon Balls turning into stones at that time, well, it's obvious. After fulfilling a wish, don't they turn into stones? So, in this world, the Super Dragon Balls might still exist. As for creating a set of Dragon Balls for Trunks, it's quite simple. With the right materials, he can easily make a new set for Trunks. Now, it all depends on the rewards for each choice. System, I'll choose 3. Ding, the host has initiated a choice. Please complete the task as soon as possible. Compared to simply enhancing the effectiveness of Super Kaioken, Lin Chen found Choice 3's reward more interesting. Clues for above Super Saiyan 4, could it be referring to transforming into Super Saiyan 5? Lin Chen had always thought that the transformation into Super Saiyan 4 was useless for him. However, after the battle with Zamasu, he realized that Super Saiyan 4 still had value, especially in terms of energy consumption, where it was far less than Super Saiyan God. So, if there was an opportunity to further develop the Super Saiyan 4 path, Lin Chen didn't want to miss it. Trunks, no need to worry. I'll create a set of Dragon Balls for you. If you want to save the world, you can make a wish to the Divine Dragon yourself, Lin Chen said. Hearing Lin Chen's words, Trunks suddenly became excited. Dragon Balls? Teacher, is that possible? Of course, don't forget that the Dragon Balls on Planet Vegeta in my world were created by me. That's great. Trunks was so happy that he almost trembled. Teacher, when will you start? Trunks, what's the rush? His Majesty has just defeated Zamasu, and his divine power hasn't fully recovered yet. Vegeta shouted. Sorry. Trunks realized he was being hasty and quickly apologized. Shaking his head to indicate he didn't mind, Lin Chen continued, Vegeta, you guys find a place to rest. I'll prepare for making the Dragon Balls. Your Majesty, where are you going? We can help too. Lin Chen thought for a moment and said, creating the Dragon Balls requires a lot of materials, and I also want to visit a certain place. Where? Lookout. Lookout, the most mysterious place on Earth. When Goku and the others were searching for survivors, they didn't investigate that place. But according to the aura, there were indeed no living beings there. However, Lin Chen felt their speculation might not be correct. Because on Lookout, there was a person who had survived countless disasters in other worlds. Lin Chen thought that in this world, he might have also evaded Zamasu's attacks in a similar manner. Not long after, everyone arrived at Lookout. At this moment, Lookout was already in ruins, with traces of attacks visible everywhere. Half of the place had disappeared, leaving the other half miraculously suspended in the sky. Trunks stared in amazement at his surroundings. So, our world also has a lookout. I thought this place only existed in Teacher's world. In Lin Chen's world, Trunks had also visited Lookout for training, so he was familiar with the place. It's just that Trunks never expected Lookout to exist in his world as well. Trunks, have you never been here before? Vegeta inquired. No. Trunks sighed, Earth was already occupied by the Saiyans before I was born. I lived on Planet Vegeta when I was little until I had to hide on Earth during the Android Rebellion. Brother Lin Chen, who are you looking for here? There's no one here. On the other side, Goku asked curiously. No one? Nope. Lin Chen shook his head and suddenly shouted, Mr. Popo, come out. I know you must still be here. Huh? Mr. Popo? Goku was greatly surprised. Trunks also turned around, looking everywhere. They had searched the entire Earth, and there shouldn't be anyone alive. Even Mr. Popo should. But at this moment, footsteps suddenly echoed in the vast and quiet lookout. Mr. Popo really appeared. How is this possible? Vegeta exclaimed. He knew Mr. Popo, but in the past, he considered him insignificant, a small figure with a power level not even reaching 10,000. But how did this insignificant person manage to survive Zamasu's attack? Along the way, they had discovered many android corpses with power levels in the hundreds of thousands or even millions. They hadn't been able to escape Zamasu's attack, so how did Mr. Popo manage to survive? You know me. Mr. Popo walked out of a building with a calm expression, looking at Lin Chen. Yes, I'm from another world. I've come here because I need Mr. Popo's help with something. Another world? Mr. Popo was momentarily stunned, freezing like a malfunctioning robot. But after a moment, Mr. Popo spoke again. Oh, you're Lin Chen, right? You know me? Lin Chen asked in confusion. He hadn't introduced himself just now, and Trunks and others hadn't mentioned his name either. How did Mr. Popo know? Sure enough, Mr. Popo is really full of secrets. Mr. Popo didn't answer Lin Chen's question but continued, Lin Chen, please state your purpose directly. After some thought, Lin Chen decided to get to the point. Mr. Popo, I want to make a set of Dragon Balls. I obtained the ability to make Dragon Balls from Super Shenron and now want to make a set for this universe to restore everything as before. Do you have the materials to make Dragon Balls? When Lin Chen made the first set of Dragon Balls, he had the help of Namekians for materials and the Divine Dragon's model. But the Namekians of World 16 were probably all extinct now, so Popo was the only one who could provide the necessary materials to make Dragon Balls. This was Lin Chen's main purpose for coming to Lookout this time. After hearing Lin Chen's words, Mr. Popo thought for a moment and said, I do have the materials here, and making Dragon Balls is not a problem. But Mr. Popo has a question, what do you want to achieve by making Dragon Balls? This time, before Lin Chen could answer, Trunks spoke up, Mr. Popo, I want to use the Dragon Balls to bring everyone back. I want to restore this world to its original state. So that's how it is. Trunks, you're a good kid, unlike your father Vegeta. Popo nodded. You know my father? Trunks exclaimed. Yeah, it was Vegeta who personally destroyed Lookout back then. Popo said while glancing at Vegeta beside him. Even though he knew Popo was talking about someone else, Vegeta suddenly felt a chill run down his spine. To Vegeta, this was strange, given that his current strength had far surpassed Mr. Popo's. Then, why did he have a feeling of encountering someone at the level of the Grand Priest? After a while, Mr. Popo asked Lin Chen and the others to wait while he went back to what seemed like a half-destroyed temple to fetch the materials. While waiting for Mr. Popo to return, Goku couldn't help but ask, Brother Lin Chen, how did you know Mr. Popo would be alive? It's really strange, isn't it? What's so strange about it? It's not the first time, Lin Chen replied. Then, Lin Chen shared the instances where he had encountered Mr. Popo in many worlds. In all those worlds, Mr. Popo managed to live well on Lookout, regardless of how bad the outside situation got. After hearing Lin Chen's account, Goku couldn't help but scratch his head, really? Mr. Popo is that powerful? Kakarot, you fool, haven't you noticed? This Mr. Popo is obviously not normal. Vegeta berated Goku and then said to Lin Chen, Your Majesty Lynx, this Popo is likely some kind of god. Otherwise, how could a mere attendant of Earth's Kami survive until now? Lin Chen nodded, I think this is a possibility. Let's ask him later. After a moment, footsteps approached. Mr. Popo returned carrying a large basin. Lin Chen, here are the necessary materials, and there's also a model of the Divine Dragon. Do you want to make a new one, or do you want to use another one? I also have a model of the Earth's Divine Dragon that you can use. Lin Chen glanced at Trunks, who shook his head, the appearance doesn't matter, I just want everyone to be revived as soon as possible. Then let's use the model of the Earth's Divine Dragon directly. Alright. Mr. Popo then began his work. He slowly turned the materials into powder and, with his hands, shaped them into spherical forms. In the blink of an eye, the prototypes of 7 Dragon Balls were completed. Next, Mr. Popo took out a model of the Divine Dragon. This Divine Dragon looked similar to Earth's Divine Dragon, with slight differences in detail, appearing more fierce than the original Earth's Divine Dragon. This model seemed to be somewhat old, parts of it were damaged. However, after Mr. Popo spent some time repairing it with materials, the Divine Dragon model looked brand new. Mr. Lin Chen, I'll leave it to you now. Thank you, Mr. Popo. Lin Chen approached the Dragon Balls and the Divine Dragon model, transformed into Super Saiyan silver gray form, and then golden light emanated from his hands. Mr. Popo nodded, it's the power of miracles, indeed. Under Lin Chen's control, the power of miracles began to enter the Dragon Balls and the Divine Dragon model. After a short while, the Divine Dragon model and Dragon Balls lit up. Suddenly, a Divine Dragon emerged from the darkness, radiating golden light, and dove into the Divine Dragon's model. Immediately, red light emanated from the dragon's eyes on the sculpture. The 7 Dragon Balls also lit up, resonating rhythmically. Divine Dragon, come forth. Grant my wishes. As Lin Chen shouted, the 7 Dragon Balls erupted in a bright light resembling the sun. In the next moment, a gigantic golden Divine Dragon appeared in the sky above Lookout. Perhaps due to the influence of Lin Chen's strength, although the model of the Earth's Divine Dragon was used, this Divine Dragon's size was much larger than Earth's Divine Dragon. When the dragon's form manifested, the colossal dragon head even broke through the atmosphere and then re-entered from Earth's atmosphere, hovering above Lookout. Wow! It's so huge! At least 100 times bigger than Earth's Divine Dragon. Goku exclaimed. Mr. Popo nodded in agreement. The gigantic dragon head began to descend slowly, but due to its immense size, the Divine Dragon had to tilt its head, using one eye almost the size of Lookout to gaze at Lin Chen and the others. The Creator who brought me into existence, do you have any wishes to be fulfilled? I can grant 2 wishes. 2 wishes. One more than Planet Vegeta's Divine Dragon? Vegeta exclaimed. Trunks was lucky, the abilities of Dragon Balls were directly linked to the Creator's power. Although the Divine Dragon in World 16 and the Saiyan Divine Dragon in Lin Chen's world were both created by Lin Chen, the power of this Divine Dragon even surpassed that of the Saiyan Divine Dragon due to the difference in Lin Chen's strength during its creation. Hearing this news, Trunks was ecstatic. Really? Any wish is possible. The Divine Dragon's whiskers trembled around Lookout, and the gigantic dragon head nodded slightly. Of course. Lin Chen also said, Trunks, make your wishes. Both wishes are yours. Thank you, teacher. Trunks took a deep breath, his gaze fixed on the Divine Dragon, and he fell into silence. Seeing this scene, Lin Chen couldn't help but wonder how Trunks would restore this world. Divine Dragon, I want to resurrect everyone killed by Zamasu, including those androids. However, after Trunks stated his wish, the Divine Dragon hesitated. Seeing the Divine Dragon not answering immediately, Trunks became nervous. After all, Zamasu's actions were ruthless, and now almost everyone in Universe 7 had died at his hands. If the Divine Dragon were to revive them, that would mean at least several tens of billion lives. And those androids, being non-biological, Trunks wasn't sure if the Divine Dragon could revive them. After waiting for nearly a dozen seconds, the Divine Dragon spoke in a hoarse voice, this wish is too broad. I can only revive the people in this world, my power cannot reach people in other worlds. Hearing this, Trunks was instantly relieved. So the Divine Dragon hesitated because of this reason? He thought it might be impossible to fulfill the wish. Lin Chen couldn't help but smile, his Divine Dragon wanted to revive all life in every world. Come on, even Super Shenron might not be able to do that, right? Enough, enough. Just revive the people in this world. By the way, what about the androids? If they were modified from human bodies, they can be revived. Purely mechanical androids without souls cannot be revived. Trunks breathed a sigh of relief. Androids modified from human bodies meant Mai and his mother Bulma could come back to life. That's good. That's good. Okay, I leave it to you. As Trunks finished speaking, Lin Chen said, Divine Dragon, if there are planets with life that have been destroyed, send them to nearby habitable planets. The revival of the Divine Dragon takes place in the same location. However, if the planet has already been destroyed, the revived individuals will die again. So Lin Chen added this sentence. Naturally, the Divine Dragon agreed to the Creator's request, of course, Creator. A surge of red light filled the Divine Dragon's eyes, and after nearly a minute, the red light gradually disappeared. Thy wish has been granted. Please state thy second wish. Just as the Divine Dragon spoke, everyone could already sense the revival of lifeforms. Below them, on the earth where they had sensed nothing before, various auras emerged one after another. Humans who had once died at the hands of Zamasu got up from the ground, looking at themselves and the others who had also been revived in bewilderment. Similar scenes unfolded almost simultaneously in every corner of this universe. Sensing this, Trunks suddenly became excited, and he even felt a bit anxious to leave. He wanted to see the people he had been missing. But fortunately, Trunks didn't forget that he had one more thing to do. Divine Dragon. My second wish is to turn the humans who were originally transformed into androids by Dr. Gero back into ordinary people. This wish is also simple. The Golden Divine Dragon said indifferently. From this, it could be seen that the Divine Dragon Lin Chen created was indeed much more powerful than Earth's former Divine Dragon. In the original work, Earth's Divine Dragon couldn't fulfill the same wish due to insufficient power. After the Golden Divine Dragon's eyes emitted a red light again, the Divine Dragon that had fulfilled the wish transformed into Dragon Balls, flying toward various corners of the universe. Trunks, in 1 year, the Dragon Balls will be restored, but from now on, you'll have to find them yourself if you want to use them. Lin Chen told Trunks. But at this moment, Trunks's thoughts were not on the Dragon Balls at all. He bowed to Lin Chen and then grabbed Goku, saying, Mr. Goku, can you take me to King Kai's place? I want to find my mom and others' whereabouts. Bulma? Sure. Trunks, I'm going with you. Vegeta also said. Goku and the others hurriedly left using instant transmission, leaving Lin Chen alone. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the mission. Do you want to claim the reward now? System, give it later. Temporarily putting aside the matter of rewards, Lin Chen turned his gaze to the nearby Mr. Popo. There were some things he felt it was time to clarify. Mr. Popo, thank you for your help just now. No problem. Mr. Popo is also happy to see this world restored. Mr. Popo spoke calmly. Well. Mr. Popo, I wonder if you could help with another matter. What is it? Can you tell me who you really are? Lin Chen asked. Mr. Popo fell into silence again, and his gaze became vacant. Lin Chen couldn't figure out what Mr. Popo was thinking from his facial expression. Popo is Cammy's attendant, nothing more. Mr. Popo said. Seeing this, Lin Chen had no choice but to directly bring up the matter. Mr. Popo, in fact, I've had this same conversation with you several times before. I've been to many worlds, and you exist in all of them. No matter what disasters Earth faces, you always manage to survive alone. Honestly, I don't believe you're just a simple attendant of a god. So, who are you really? Mr. Popo, who are you exactly? A god? Angel? Or perhaps, are you from the dark demon realm? Facing Mr. Popo, Lin Chen finally spoke out the questions that had been buried in his heart. And if I'm not mistaken, although you are from this world, do you have the ability to communicate with Mr. Popo of other worlds? Mr. Popo, can you tell me who you really are? Under Lin Chen's continuous questioning, Mr. Popo still maintained that forever inscrutable expression. His face showed neither joy nor sorrow, forever calm like an ancient well without ripples. Seeing Mr. Popo like this, he suddenly thought of another possibility. Mr. Popo, I've been to countless different worlds, and there is only one person besides you who is as expressionless as you. You wouldn't happen to be of the same race as him, would you? By the way, that person's name is Zeno. Finally, when Lin Chen uttered the words Zeno, there was a faint, almost imperceptible tremor in Mr. Popo's body. Although this trembling was so subtle that it couldn't be seen with the naked eye, Lin Chen felt it. Damn! Could it be that Popo is really related to Zeno? Mr. Popo, do you know Zeno? Zeno, the supreme deity at the peak of the multiverse, capable of easily erasing a universe. Of course, Popo knows him. Finally, after being silent for so long, Mr. Popo spoke. Seeing this, Lin Chen seized the opportunity and continued to inquire, Mr. Popo, what is your relationship with Zeno? Ha ha ha. Mr. Popo, rare as it is, laughed, although there was no smile on his face. Mr. Lin Chen, your thoughts are truly interesting. How could Popo be related to Zeno? Because Zeno-sama is the universe itself. The universe itself? What does that mean? Mr. Popo lifted his head, his eyes expressionlessly staring straight above, as if seeing beyond the atmosphere, and looking at the universe. Mr. Lin Chen, you should know that Zeno-sama can easily destroy a universe, right? But the universe is vast, even the god of destruction would find it challenging to destroy the universe. Why can Zeno-sama easily erase the universe? The answer is quite simple. It's because Zeno-sama is the universe itself. He is, in fact, the aggregation of consciousness of the multiverse in which we live. The universe is Zeno, and Zeno is the universe. Zeno's will is the will of the universe, and Zeno's laws are the laws of the universe. It is just that simple. Lin Chen swallowed hard. If what Mr. Popo said is true, then many mysteries surrounding Zeno that have puzzled him in the past suddenly make sense. Why can Zeno easily destroy a universe? Why is it that even the most powerful gods cannot resist Zeno? It turns out that everything is because Zeno is the universe, and humans, including gods, are just like bacteria or viruses living inside Zeno. After sighing, Lin Chen suddenly realized that he seemed to have been led astray by Mr. Popo. After all that was said, Mr. Popo didn't actually answer his question. That is, what is Mr. Popo's identity? Mr. Popo, who are you really? Mr. Popo turned his head, avoiding Lin Chen's gaze. Mr. Lin Chen, knowing too much is not beneficial to you. Please stop asking. I won't tell you. Lin Chen frowned, but he didn't give up. The mystery of Mr. Popo has troubled him for too long, and now that he even knows Zeno, it doesn't make sense to leave this mystery unresolved. Moreover, Lin Chen felt that he might be close to unraveling the mystery of Mr. Popo now. Because of what Mr. Popo said just now, Lin Chen captured another crucial point. Mr. Popo said he won't tell Lin Chen the answer, not that he can't. If that's the case, there's still hope. But how to make Mr. Popo spill the beans? Perhaps noticing Lin Chen's prolonged silence, Mr. Popo began to attend to his own affairs. Mr. Popo clasped his hands behind his back, slowly floating up into the air as he looked at Lookout with a hint of sadness in his eyes. Then, Mr. Popo's hands moved like a conductor leading an orchestra. With the movement of Mr. Popo's hands, the ruined Lookout began to slowly restore itself. In no time, the ruined Lookout was completely restored by Mr. Popo. Although this ability wasn't shocking, it added another layer of mystery to Mr. Popo. After restoring Lookout, Mr. Popo descended to the plaza. He stared at the spacious and empty Lookout, lost in thought. But watching Mr. Popo's figure, Lin Chen sensed a trace of loneliness from him. Wait a minute. Lin Chen's eyes suddenly lit up. He walked over and asked, Mr. Popo, will there be a new Kami born on Earth in the future? Popo replied, past Kamis were appointed by the older generation of Kami. But the Kami of this world was killed by Saiyans before they could appoint a successor. It's likely that the Kami inheritance on Earth will disappear. What if I find a new Kami for you? A new Kami? Mr. Popo was suddenly stunned. How about it? Mr. Popo, I know you must be lonely. I'll find a new Kami for you, and you tell me the secrets you're hiding. Mr. Popo suddenly pursued his lips, and for a rare moment, he showed a conflicted expression. It was clear he was hesitating. Lin Chen stayed silent. Now was the critical moment, and he couldn't afford any complications. The silence lasted for several minutes. Finally, Mr. Popo spoke, I can tell you some things, but there are secrets I cannot reveal. Sure. Lin Chen didn't insist. Mr. Popo used cannot this time, implying there were things he was prohibited from disclosing. Lin Chen wouldn't force him regarding those topics for now. Let's find out as much as possible first. Mr. Popo, please wait. I'll go bring the new Kami for you. With that, Lin Chen used instant transmission and left Earth. The so-called new Kami, needless to say, would be the Namekians. Who else would be more suitable as Earth's Kami? Although the Namekians in this world were likely wiped out by the Saiyans, for Lin Chen, finding a surviving Namekian wasn't impossible. First, let's see if there are any survivors. If not, there's always the Super Dragon Balls, right? The plan to find survivors of Planet Namek went smoothly, and from Zuno, who had been revived by the Divine Dragon, Lin Chen obtained the answers he sought. During the Saiyan attack on Planet Namek, some Namekian children were indeed sent to other planets for hiding. Fate seemed to have its way, as Lin Chen recognized one of these children, a Namekian named Dend. After confirming the coordinates of the planet where Dend was living, Lin Chen was about to leave, but he suddenly thought of something. He turned and asked, Oh, Zuno, I have another question. Savior, please ask, Zuno respectfully replied. As a being with the extraordinary ability to know everything, Zuno naturally knew the identity of the person before him. So, upon seeing Lin Chen, he addressed him as the Savior. Lin Chen really wasn't used to being called that way. He chuckled in embarrassment and said, Zuno, do you know Mr. Popo? Mr. Popo, the attendant of Kami of Universe 7's planet Earth. Do you know Mr. Popo's identity other than being an attendant of Kami? Mr. Popo is. Zuno seemed to know Mr. Popo's identity, but as he spoke, he suddenly got stuck, like an old tape recorder. What is Popo? Lin Chen asked. Zuno suddenly had a mournful expression, saying, Lin Chen-sama, I cannot reveal the identity of Popo-sama, speaking of it might lead to death. What if I kill you right now? Lin Chen raised his hand, and the power of destruction appeared in his palm. I'm sorry. Yet, Zuno persisted, even kneeling before Lin Chen. Staring at the back of Zuno's head, Lin Chen dispelled the power of destruction. Never mind, I won't force you. Anyway, Mr. Popo will tell me later. Thank you. As if he had survived a disaster, Zuno lifted his head. Lin Chen-sama, I cannot reveal the identity of Mr. Popo, but I can tell Mr. Lin Chen that the identity of that person is not inferior to a god of destruction. That's the only thing I can disclose. Okay. Lin Chen nodded, knowing this much was already sufficient. With that, Lin Chen waved his hand and bid farewell. Once Lin Chen left, Zuno immediately plopped on the ground, sighing in relief. Sometimes, knowing too much isn't a good thing. Leaving Zuno's planet, Lin Chen quickly found the last surviving Namekian, Dend. This unfortunate child, although he escaped the Saiyans' attack, he was not able to escape Zamasu's attack. When Lin Chen found him, he looked bewildered, unaware of what was happening. Lin Chen explained the situation to him and then invited Dend to go to Earth. At the same time, he promised that a year later, Trunks could use the Dragon Balls to resurrect the Namekians. Dend readily agreed to become Earth's new Kami. Mr. Popo was overjoyed at Den's arrival and warmly greeted the new Kami. He then introduced him to Lookout. During this time, Lin Chen didn't disturb them. Instead, he stood on the edge of the lookout, observing the mortal world. On Earth, life was thriving, and those who returned from the underworld rejoiced at the miraculous turn of events. Many embraced each other. Trunks and the others had also returned, bringing back Bulma and Mai, their humanity now restored. Lin Chen silently watched them celebrate below when suddenly, Mr. Popo's voice echoed in his ears. "Mr. Lin Chen, thank you for letting Earth again have a Kami." Mr. Popo had appeared beside Lin Chen at some point, looking beyond the lookout as he continued, "Since the old Kami was killed, Popo has been living alone for decades. Though these decades are brief in Popo's life, they have been painful. Because Popo has grown accustomed to living with Kami. Our race is not good at enduring loneliness." "Your race?" Lin Chen's gaze sharpened as he turned to Mr. Popo. From the conversation, it seemed that Mr. Popo, who had always kept his secrets buried, was finally willing to speak. "Mr. Lin Chen, when you asked about the relationship between Popo and Zeno earlier, Mr. Popo lied. In fact, Popo does have a connection with Zeno, as Popo was born from the will of Zeno. So, in a sense, Popo can indeed be considered part of Zeno's lineage." Lin Chen wasn't surprised by this answer. Judging solely from appearances, Mr. Popo did bear some resemblance to Zeno. However, there were still aspects of Popo's words that Lin Chen didn't quite understand. "Mr. Popo, you said you were born from Zeno's will. What does that mean?" Popo mentioned before that Zeno is the will of the universe. When the universe was born, Zeno was born. However, in ancient times, the entire universe only had Zeno. Fearing loneliness, Zeno created many beings, such as Zeno's attendants and Popo, who were all born at that time. So, we accompanied Zeno through the early stages of the universe until many other races were born later. Finally, Zeno-sama was no longer lonely. So that's it. The reason behind Mr. Popo's strength finally became clear. In a certain sense, Mr. Popo and Zeno's attendants were similar. If Zeno's attendants could be so powerful, it was natural that Mr. Popo would also be powerful. No wonder Mr. Popo, with a power level of only 1,000, could repeatedly survive various crises. He must have concealed his true strength. "Mr. Popo, since you belong to Zeno's lineage, why did you come to Earth?" "As far as I know, Earth is just a remote corner of the universe." Before Lin Chen could finish, Mr. Popo shook his head and interrupted, "Remote? Mr. Lin Chen, you've got it wrong. Earth is not only not remote, but it's also one of the most crucial places in the universe." "Huh? Mr. Lin Chen, you mentioned that you've been to many worlds. You should know about the Supreme Kai of Time Konoha-sama, right? Hasn't she told you that in all worlds, there exists Universe 7? Popo's words left Lin Chen momentarily stunned. Indeed, according to Konoha, there are Universe 7 in all 444 worlds, whether it's the main world or mini-world. Not to mention the main worlds, those mini-worlds where only one universe exists all have only Universe 7. There isn't a single world based on other universes. Why is that? Lin Chen hadn't thought much about it initially, but now, listening to Mr. Popo, there seemed to be a profound mystery behind all of this. Why? When Lin Chen posed the question, Mr. Popo's mouth curved into a smile as he said, "It's all because of Earth." Earth? When Mr. Popo uttered the answer, Lin Chen was shocked. How could it be related to Earth? You see, in the Dragon Ball setting, Earth is just a remote region in Universe 7, a backward planet. Except during Majin Buu Saga, when the wizard Bibidi, for some unknown reason, brought Buu's sealed egg on Earth, this planet has always been devoid of major events in the universe. Even the Frieza Force, whose job is to conquer planets, once considered it a worthless low-level planet. Wait. Thinking about this, Lin Chen's eyebrows suddenly furrowed, and a doubt arose in his mind. Yeah, it's such a worthless low-level planet. Why would the wizard Bibidi, who defeated 3 Supreme Kais and almost dominated the universe in the past, bring Bu to this remote place called Earth? It just doesn't make sense. Could it be that something had attracted the wizard Bibidi that he specially came to this place? Something related to Mr. Popo's secret, perhaps? Mr. Popo, can you please elaborate? Why is all of this connected to Earth? Mr. Lin Chen, all of this is because on Earth, there is a supreme god not inferior to Zeno-sama. Mr. Popo is on Earth to watch over this god, ensuring that he never awakens. What? Lin Chen suddenly turned pale. There's actually a god sealed on Earth? And this god is not inferior to Zeno? Could it be? Is it the dragon god Zalama? In the Dragon Ball universe, the only god Lin Chen can think of who is not inferior to Zeno is the dragon god Zalama. And when you think about it, there are clues to support this. Firstly, due to the existence of the Super Dragon Balls, it can be confirmed that the dragon god Zalama is still alive, or else the Super Dragon Balls would turn into stone. Secondly, Lin Chen has been to the dragon realm of the dragon god Zalama, and learned that although the dragon realm exists, the dragon god himself is not present in his kingdom. So, all in all, Lin Chen believes that the god Mr. Popo mentioned is indeed the dragon god Zalama. Mr. Popo, upon hearing Lin Chen's words, was quite surprised. Mr. Lin Chen, you've really surprised Mr. Popo. I didn't intend to tell you, but you actually guessed it yourself. Yes, the one sealed on Earth is indeed the dragon god Zalama. But Mr. Popo, as far as I know, Earth has been destroyed in several worlds. Mr. Popo shook his head, interrupting, although the seal is on Earth, it doesn't mean that if Earth is destroyed, the seal will be destroyed. The seal that can contain the dragon god cannot be broken from the outside. Lin Chen took a deep breath. Mr. Popo's words were correct, but Lin Chen still found many points of suspicion. Most importantly, why was the dragon god Zalama sealed? How could the source of Dragon Balls be sealed by someone? And who sealed the dragon god? This time, when Lin Chen raised the question, Mr. Popo directly shook his head. I apologize, Mr. Lin Chen. I've already told you what I can. As for the rest, with your current strength, it's better not to know. My current strength? Mr. Popo, are you saying you find my strength too weak? Yes. Mr. Popo straightforwardly remarked, Mr. Lin Chen, has your divine realm broken through the 3rd level? If you can achieve that in the future, perhaps I can tell you the truth. Knowing it now would only add to your troubles. Ants don't need to worry about human affairs. In Popo's eyes, you are just an ant in front of Dragon God Sama. So, you don't need to concern yourself with the issues of Dragon God Sama. One sentence from Mr. Popo made Lin Chen both angry and speechless. Mr. Popo, I am very strong now. Even if I encounter the god of destruction, I won't lose. Mr. Lin Chen, if you're not convinced, we can test it. Oh. Lin Chen raised an eyebrow, Mr. Popo, are you suggesting a spar with me? Yes, Mr. Popo bluntly said, let's go to the hyperbolic time chamber. I don't want to disturb Kami. Okay. Lin Chen nodded, and immediately teleported with Mr. Popo to the entrance of the hyperbolic time chamber and went in. When the doors closed again, a battle immediately ensued. Lin Chen had long wanted to test Mr. Popo's strength. In the past, before stepping into the divine realm, he couldn't discern it. But now, Lin Chen had not only entered the divine realm, but also comprehended Ultra Ego. He wanted to know how much of a gap there was between him and Mr. Popo. So, without further ado, Lin Chen transformed into Super Saiyan Silver Gray and charged at Mr. Popo. Such power. But it's still a bit lacking. Facing Lin Chen's powerful punch, Mr. Popo remained unperturbed. With a casual extension of his hand and no visible movement, Lin Chen suddenly felt the world spinning, realizing that he had been sent flying by Mr. Popo. What's going on? Lin Chen steadied himself and looked back, only to see that a layer of white light had appeared on Mr. Popo's pitch-black body at some point. Ultra Instinct? Yes. Mr. Lin Chen, now that you know, do you have a way to deal with it? Mr. Popo turned around and asked. A way? I do have one. Lin Chen gritted his teeth and entered Ultra Ego state. Under this state, his hair changed again, turning from silver gray to deep red. As Lin Chen began to transform, Mr. Popo was also somewhat surprised. Mr. Lin Chen, you've truly surprised me this time. Perhaps, in a few more years, I should tell you everything. A few years? Mr. Popo, tell me the truth now. Defeat me first. Fine. Immediately, Lin Chen, in his Ultra Ego form, attacked Mr. Popo again. In the empty hyperbolic time chamber, the sound of intense battle echoed continuously. Outside the lookout, after Den finished touring the place, he returned to the plaza. Mr. Popo. Are you here? Mr. Popo. Kami-sama, Popo is here. Suddenly, Mr. Popo's voice echoed behind Den, startling him. Oh, Mr. Popo, where did you go just now? By the way, where is Mr. Lin Chen? Did he leave? I and Mr. Lin Chen went to another place. He should be leaving. Should? Den looked strangely at Mr. Popo. Nothing. Kami, let Popo teach you Kami's magic. In the future, you can use Kami's magic to observe the mortal world. Also, there's the other world. As Kami, you can enter higher dimensions. Shall I take you to see it? Really? Then let's go to the other world first. I want to see Great Elder and the others. When Popo took Den to the other world, Lin Chen emerged from the hyperbolic time chamber with a pale face. The battle with Mr. Popo just now had no clear outcome. But in Lin Chen's eyes, he had already lost. Even though he had used Ultra Ego, and was facing Mr. Popo with full strength without holding anything back, Lin Chen still felt a strong feeling of frustration. It turns out that even with the same Ultra Instinct, the disparity can be so enormous in the hands of different individuals. Lin Chen speculated that Mr. Popo's Ultra Instinct was likely perfect, equivalent to the level of Grand Priest. His own Ultra Ego was still in its infancy, at best able to bully angels like Whis. Compared to the perfected Ultra Instinct, it was still lacking. In the past, to confirm the power of Ultra Ego, Lin Chen had sparred with Whis, winning narrowly at the time. However, this time the result was completely different. Truth be told, Mr. Popo was right, Lin Chen, at his current divine level, couldn't compare to the experts of Grand Priest's caliber. I can't keep wasting time here, I need to quickly go back and improve my strength. With that thought, Lin Chen sighed and promptly returned to Earth. West City. Trunks and others were building a new home for Bulma and the others. Although all living beings had been revived, it all had to start anew. Fortunately, everyone was filled with confidence and hope for the new life. At that moment, Lin Chen suddenly appeared beside them. Teacher. Seeing Lin Chen, Trunks immediately put down the construction materials and brought Lin Chen to Bulma, who was operating an excavator. Mom, this is my teacher, Lin Chen. He's the one who saved this world. Bulma immediately stepped out of the excavator, approached Lin Chen, and looked at him with keen, sparkling eyes. Lin Chen. I heard you married my sister in your world. Bulma unconsciously stepped forward, extended her hand, and touched Lin Chen's cheek. I'm a bit envious of my sister, being with such an outstanding man like you. Why didn't the me in that world pursue you? Bulma's words made Trunks feel embarrassed. Mom, Dad is right here, he whispered, reminding her. On the side, Vegeta blushed and turned his face away, but his ears were perked, clearly paying attention to the situation. Lin Chen chuckled, besides your sister, I also have a Saiyan wife. What? I guess I understand the reason now. Bulma immediately took away her hand and shouted to Vegeta nearby, Vegeta, it seems you're the better choice after all. Vegeta immediately felt embarrassed, you fool, what are you saying? Well, Trunks, we have to go back. I'll leave the matters of this world to you. I understand. Trunks didn't try to urge them to stay, instead, he straightened his body and bowed deeply to Lin Chen. Teacher, thank you. It's because of you that our world has a new lease on life. Lin Chen not only saved this world but also left a new set of Dragon Balls for Trunks and the others, which will give this world more guarantees from now on so that some regrets can be remedied. By the way, Trunks, although I've left Dragon Balls for you, it's best to use them as a last resort in the future. After helping Dend revive the Namekians, you better hide the Dragon Balls and not let anyone easily find them. Lin Chen suddenly remembered something and advised. In the aftermath of Lin Chen's confrontation with Mr. Popo had warned Lin Chen not to misuse the power of the Dragon Balls because their power was actually the power of the dragon god Salama. Although the reason was unknown, over countless millennia of guarding the seal, Mr. Popo gradually developed a premonition that the power of the Dragon Balls might not be as simple as everyone thought. So, when old Kami brought the Dragon Balls to Earth years ago, Mr. Popo instilled the idea of not abusing the power of the Dragon Balls in him. Now that Lin Chen was leaving, he felt it was necessary to remind Trunks. I understand, Trunks nodded in response. Goodbyes are always quick. Using the time machine, Lin Chen and the others smoothly returned to their own world and then destroyed it. Time travel was an act explicitly forbidden by the gods. Back in his own world, after spending time with everyone for a few days, when there was no one around, Lin Chen said to the system, please issue the reward. Ding! Issuing reward, clues for above Super Saiyan 4. Lin Chen had been eagerly looking forward to this reward, and at the same time, was also filled with curiosity. Clues for above Super Saiyan 4, what could this reward be? As Lin Chen hoped, suddenly, a piece of information was injected into Lin Chen's brain. Lin Chen instantly understood what this reward was all about. Just as Lin Chen had thought, the reward above Super Saiyan 4 indeed referred to a further transformation beyond Super Saiyan 4. Regarding this transformation, although the system didn't provide specific information, it gave Lin Chen a clue, telling him that by following the information in the clue, he might obtain information related to the new transformation. The clue was, go to World 141 in the 5th month of age 786, witness what happens there, and you will receive a clue above Super Saiyan 4. The so-called clue turned out to be for Lin Chen to go to a mini-world. Going to a mini-world was no big deal, but why specify a specific time? Did something very special happen in that world? Lin Chen didn't know. However, he decided to investigate. Considering that both Xeno had already appeared, the Tournament of Power would soon be held. Before leaving, Lin Chen also specifically sought out Whis and Beerus. Beerus-sama, from my observation, Xeno-sama is likely to hold the Tournament of Power soon. If I were you, I'd train the others well during this time. Tournament of Power? No problem, with you guys around, what is there to fear? Beerus didn't care at all. If Xeno-sama is going to hold a tournament, it will definitely be a multiverse-scale event. The opponents at that time won't just be from Universe 6, Lin Chen continued. Whis nodded in agreement, Beerus-sama, what Mr. Lin Chen said is correct. Although Universe 7 has many experts now, there are also strong individuals in other universes. So troublesome. Fine, I get it. But Lin Chen, where are you going? Me? Of course, I'm going for training. Mr. Whis, if the tournament starts, please seek out Konoha-sama and she should know my whereabouts. Hearing Lin Chen's words, Whis couldn't help but smile. Mr. Lin Chen, are you going to another world? Yes. I'm off. When Lin Chen disappeared in front of them, Beerus' lips couldn't help but twitch. This guy is already stronger than a god of destruction and still wants to train. Does he want to surpass even the Grand Priest? It's possible. Whis chuckled. Bidding farewell to everyone, Lin Chen arrived alone at the familiar place, next to the galactic black hole. This time, he is going to use time points to travel to World 141. Since he was going for personal reasons, he couldn't seek Kranoa's help, but fortunately, over the years, Lin Chen had accumulated a fair number of time points. However, when he heard the system prompt, he still felt a twinge of pain. Because this time travel consumed 2 time points for a one-way trip and 4 points for a round trip. Why did it consume so much? Ding, informing the host, this time I need to lock onto a future time point in this timeline, and that time point is not consistent with the current timeline. Huh. It was only then that Lin Chen remembered, in his past travels through time, although the passage of time varied in each world, locking onto a specific year or even month with such precision, like in this instance, was a first. It seemed that to travel to an exact time, he had to expend this many time points. No choice then. For the clues above Super Saiyan 4, Lin Chen had to grit his teeth and reluctantly accept it. Then Lin Chen agreed to the system's consumption and opened the space-time door. Soon after, World 141. As always, Lin Chen appeared in space. While the system suggested Lin Chen come here, it didn't explicitly state what to do next. However, Lin Chen speculated that since the system wanted him to witness something, it most likely involved Earth. Because from Mr. Popo, Lin Chen already knew about Earth's uniqueness in the universe. And casually scanning, he found that although this world had the sacred world of the Kai, it lacked the god of destruction's planet. It was a typical mini-world with only one universe. Anyway, I should first determine the specific time period. After a brief thought, Lin Chen clarified his goal, then turned around and disappeared. A few seconds later, millions of kilometers away from Earth. Look out! Lin Chen's figure appeared here directly. As soon as he landed, he saw Kamehame-ha and Mr. Popo in the square. Who are you? Seeing Lin Chen emitting a strange aura, Dend was slightly flustered, while Popo, by his side, had a glint in his eyes. Seeing Mr. Popo, Lin Chen didn't waste time explaining to Dend but went straight to Mr. Popo. Mr. Popo, you should recognize me. Mr. Popo nodded. Mr. Lin Chen, how did you come here? The Popo of this world indeed already knew Lin Chen. Seeing this, Lin Chen directly said, I came here for something, but first, I want to inquire, what period is it now? It is the age 786. No. Lin Chen immediately shook his head, I'm not asking about the year, I want to know, has any significant event happened in this world? Is it a peaceful era right now, or what period is it? Oh, you're asking about that. Mr. Popo immediately understood what Lin Chen was saying and explained. It turned out that strictly speaking, this world's timeline was very close to the original work's world. The overall plot of the world closely followed the original work, almost identical from planet Namek to the androids, from Cell to Majin Buu. After Majin Buu was successfully eliminated, the world entered a peaceful era. However, after that, the situation became slightly different. Because there was no god of destruction, the events in Dragon Ball Super, like the original work, did not happen. No god of destruction, no Zamasu. The world continued to develop steadily, and even the Dragon Ball warriors were slowly getting old. The Dragon Ball warriors were leading stable and peaceful lives. Vegeta was still training day and night at Bulma's house. Trunks and Goten had grown into adults, and Gohan had also married Videl and had a child. Even the hero who saved the world, Satan, had become bald and, alongside the fat Buu, was happily living a leisurely life. The world was so peaceful that Lin Chen was momentarily dumbfounded. In such a peaceful world, what did the system want him to do? In a world that hadn't seen a battle for over a decade, where could there be clues for above Super Saiyan 4? Oh, right, where's Goku? Lin Chen suddenly realized that Mr. Popo hadn't mentioned Goku. At this moment, Dend on the side spoke up. Mr. Goku is training Ub. Ub? Lin Chen paused. Yes, Ub is the reincarnation of Kid Buu. Now, he is Mr. Goku's disciple. Lin Chen then remembered, there was indeed such a character in the original work. After Buu's separation, the good side became Fat Buu, and the evil side transformed into Kid Buu. Before Goku eliminated Kid Buu, he made a wish that Buu will reincarnate into a good person so that he can fight him once again. King Yema noted Goku's wish, and thus, Ub was born. Although Ub was just an ordinary Earthling, being the reincarnation of Majin Buu made him a natural combat genius. One could even say he was the strongest Earthling in Dragon Ball. In his first appearance, Ub could match Goku, who hadn't transformed into a Super Saiyan. His potential was extraordinary. Lin Chen thought that since he couldn't find any clues at the moment, why not go and see this Ub? He was curious about how an Earthling could possess such formidable strength. After all, the human body has its limits, and no matter how much an Earthling trains, they shouldn't be able to compete with a Super Saiyan. Yet, Ub had achieved it, making him quite peculiar. Thank you, Mr. Popo. I'll go see Goku then. With that, Lin Chen turned around and instantly teleported away from Lookout, leaving behind the stunned Dend and Popo. Mr. Popo, who is this Lin Chen? You seem to know him. Well, Kami, he is quite a formidable person, but you won't ever cross paths with him, so don't worry. Dend smacked his lips and his expression twitched slightly. After so many years of peace, suddenly, a mysterious figure appeared. How could he not worry? Oh, that's right. He just said he was going to meet Goku. I wonder how that will turn out. Thinking about this, Dend immediately ran to the edge of the lookout and began scanning the mortal world. For Lin Chen, finding Goku and the others was easy. Because in the current peaceful Earth, Goku was as conspicuous as the sun in the night sky. Only he was emitting an astonishing aura, clearly in the midst of a fight. However, what caught Lin Chen's attention was that near Goku, there was another aura that was not inferior to Goku's. This aura wasn't Saiyan, it was somewhat similar to Krillin's but surpassing Krillin by far. It seemed like it was Ub that Mr. Popo mentioned. Swish! Lin Chen instantly teleported, arriving near Goku and the others. At the same time, he entered Black God state, concealing his aura. Lin Chen was well aware that in this visit to another timeline, he came to find clues, not to cause trouble. Ever since he started helping Krinoa with her tasks, Lin Chen knew that some of his past actions were actually disrupting the timeline. In the past, ignorance might have excused him, but now that he knew, it was better to restrain himself. Standing high in the sky, Lin Chen's gaze pierced through the clouds and landed on the ground. There, a fierce battle was underway. The combatants were none other than Goku and Ub. Ub, a not particularly tall child with dark skin and a black mohawk, despite being an Earthling, displayed a strength that surprised Lin Chen. At this moment, Ub was holding his own against Goku in his Super Saiyan state. It was not simple. In this world, it was already age 786, meaning that this Goku was a whole 6 years older than Lin Chen's Goku from his world. Although his world's Goku has been training diligently, in terms of normal state strength, this Goku was much stronger, especially with the power level boost of Super Saiyan. The fact that Ub could keep up with this level of power was simply absurd. However, after observing for a while, Lin Chen finally understood what was going on. As the reincarnation of Kid Buu, Ub was not an ordinary person from birth. Although King Yema was the god who governed hell, his power was not sufficient to completely erase Majin Buu's power. So, the Kid Buu reincarnated with a portion of Majin Buu's power, and some of it turned into potential, buried deep within Ub's body. Under Goku's training over the years, Ub's potential gradually erupted, resulting in the current strength. The results are truly interesting. Lin Chen smiled. But obviously, Was not the focus of his visit this time. The hybrid of a demon and an earthling, while special, was unlikely to be related to the clues above Super Saiyan 4. In that case, where could he find what he was looking for? Moreover, why did the system specifically send Lin Chen to this timeline in May of the year 786? Is something special going to happen today? While Lin Chen pondered these questions, a change suddenly occurred in the battle below. Goku had transformed into Super Saiyan 2. Power level exceeding 5 billion surprised Lin Chen. But what was even more surprising was that facing Goku, also increased his power, instantly approaching Goku's power level. This kid is really impressive. Lin Chen couldn't help but exclaim. With the increase in the power level of both, the battle below completely intensified. It seemed as if both sides were unleashing their true strength, making the fight even more intense. However, for Lin Chen, this kind of battle seemed a bit immature. But just at that moment, something unexpected happened. In the midst of excitement, Ub's potential suddenly erupted completely. As an observer, Lin Chen saw the shadow of Kid Buu appearing behind Ub. With this shadow, Ub's power level once again increased. With the power level boost, his speed also increased accordingly. As Ub and Goku crossed paths, Ub suddenly flashed behind Goku, delivering a powerful punch to the back of Goku's head, knocking him heavily to the ground. This seems pretty serious. Goku was actually lying on the ground without getting up for a moment. But at this moment, Lin Chen suddenly saw a black aura spreading out from Goku's body. This black aura, whatever it was, seemed extremely malevolent. Even from a distance, Lin Chen could sense a hint of malicious intent from that black aura. Could this kind of malice really be emanating from Goku, who was known for his kind and pure-hearted nature? What's going on? Ub also seemed to sense the malice. He paused, then abruptly stopped the fight. Mr. Goku? Are you okay? Goku finally climbed up from the ground but did not respond. Mr. Goku? Ub asked again. This time, Goku finally reacted, but as he turned his face towards them, it displayed a twisted and evil expression. Mr. Goku? Ub was taken aback. Lin Chen in the sky subconsciously approached the ground. What's happening? Some inexplicable change had just occurred in Goku's body a moment ago. Lin Chen, as a Super Saiyan god, could clearly feel it. But he couldn't explain what exactly had changed. Because what happened to Goku was something he had never seen before. Where did this evil black aura come from? Could it be that someone in this world is trying to take over Goku's body? Lin Chen thought of this possibility first. However, at this moment, the Goku below suddenly seemed to be fine. Huh? What happened just now? Goku spoke, not only in a normal tone but the evil aura around him had also vanished. As if everything that happened just now was an illusion. Mr. Goku. Your appearance just now scared me. Sighed in relief. Sorry, that move of yours was quite powerful, I lost consciousness. Your growth is truly astonishing. It's all thanks to your guidance, Mr. Goku. After the two, who stopped fighting, chatted for a while, Goku suggested that they should return to their respective home and meet their families. It seems they had been training outside for a full 2 years. Nodded gratefully and then bid farewell. After left, Lin Chen did not follow him. His gaze continued to focus on Goku below. Although Goku's behavior just now seemed normal, the sudden black aura still left Lin Chen suspicious. He wanted to observe Goku a little more. Well, it's time for me to go back too, right? It's been 2 years, Chi-Chi must be angry. Goku smiled, putting his hand on his forehead, preparing to use instant transmission. Just at this moment, Goku's expression suddenly became sinister again. The black aura that had disappeared earlier started to reappear around him, drilling into his body. Goku didn't know what was happening, his face showed signs of pain. What's going on? Lin Chen watched as the black aura continuously entered Goku's body, hesitating whether or not to intervene. Suddenly, Goku raised his head, and an astonishing aura soared into the sky, passing before Lin Chen's eyes. At this moment, not only Lin Chen, but also the Z fighters on Earth felt this aura. And like Lin Chen, they all sensed something unusual in this aura. But from this aura, Goku was still Goku. However, including Lin Chen, everyone could feel that in this aura, there was no trace of Goku's usual sense of justice and kindness. Now, Goku's aura seemed like that of a complete villain. If we were to compare, in terms of aura, the current Goku was even more evil than Frieza. Goku? On the lookout, Piccolo, who had rushed over sensing that something seemed amiss, began to tremble all over due to the sudden change in Goku's aura. This idiot. Outside West City, a figure was moving as fast as lightning across the sky. Vegeta clenched his teeth, fists tightly gripped. That idiot Kakarot. It's over. How could something like this happen? King Kai's planet, North Kai also wore a face of despair. Goku, this might not end well. The thing that caused everyone's expression to change was the astonishing transformation of Goku that was happening right in front of Lin Chen. The current Goku was almost like a different person. To be precise, Lin Chen felt that the Goku below looked somewhat like the black Goku whose body was taken over by Zamasu, emitting an evil aura. However, Goku's current situation was different from when Zamasu took over his body. Because the aura he emitted was indeed Goku's own, unlike Black Goku, whose entire aura had changed after the soul swap. What on earth is going on? What could turn Goku into this? Lin Chen was shocked. At the same time, he thought, could the clues above Super Saiyan 4 that the system mentioned be related to the current Goku? Swoosh! While Lin Chen was speculating, the Goku below disappeared. When Lin Chen tracked Goku's aura and teleported over, he saw that Goku had gone to attack Ub. Ub, who was about to go home, was caught off guard by the sudden attack from Goku, suffering significant injuries. Facing Goku, who was akin to his teacher, Ub did not immediately retaliate. Instead, he asked in confusion, "Mr. Goku. What are you doing? Didn't you say the training was over? To unexpectedly attack like this, is this also part of the training?" Facing Ub's stern reprimand, Goku's face showed an evil smile that had never appeared before. "Goku, Goku. Kid, who are you calling out?" "Huh?" Ub was momentarily stunned. With a sneer on his face, Goku said, "Don't get it wrong, I'm not any Goku. I am from the fighting race, Saiyan Kakarot." As soon as he spoke, Goku launched a sudden attack on Ub. His attacks were swift and fierce, directly targeting Ub's vital points, appearing as if he intended to kill him. Ub dared not fight back. After avoiding a few attacks, he seized an opportunity, turned around, and fled into the distance. Lin Chen, who was watching from the side, started chasing them, feeling surprised and baffled. The words Goku suddenly shouted just now made Lin Chen think of a possibility. A possibility about what might have happened to Goku. If that were the case, could everything stem from Ub's attack on Goku's head just now? No, one should also consider the fact that in Ub's previous battle, he unintentionally brought out Majin Buu's power, adding a bit of demonic energy to the attack. If that were the case. Lin Chen looked up, gazing in the direction where the two disappeared. Could it be that the eternal protagonist, the self-proclaimed Earthling Goku from his memories, has completely disappeared? Ub, who was caught off guard by Goku's preemptive strike, already had injuries on his body. In front of Goku, who could teleport, he had no chance to run away. The pursuit between the two did not last long before Goku sent a ki blast directly through Ub's body. Damn it, is a battle impossible to avoid? Ub seemed to be reaching his limit, but in order to grasp a glimmer of hope, this time, it was Ub who initiated the counterattack. Just as Ub seized the opportunity to launch a ki blast at Goku, Goku's appearance changed once again. He suddenly looked in extreme pain, clutching his head and screaming. Ah! My head! Boom! Due to the sudden headache, Goku took Ub's attack head-on. But after the smoke cleared, Goku was still alive. It seemed that although his personality became a bit peculiar, his strength had not diminished at all. Gee, Mr. Goku. Don't make me repeat myself. I am Kakarot, not Goku. Hearing their conversation, Lin Chen speculated, is Goku's current state due to a mix-up in memories? Strange, if it's a memory mix-up, why hasn't his power level weakened at all? Lin Chen even felt that Goku's current strength seemed to be much stronger than before. Fight properly, or the game won't be interesting. Bang, bang, bang. Goku and Ub continued to move rapidly, quickly disappearing and reappearing at another location. The two energies kept changing speeds. Gradually, Ub finally realized that the Goku in front of him was genuinely trying to kill him. The instinct for survival caused Ub to finally unleash all the potential of Majin Buu at this moment. A surge of demonic energy gushed out, and Ub's speed suddenly increased manifold, instantly surpassing Goku, who was only in Super Saiyan 2 state. His fists repeatedly struck Goku's body, accompanied by painful cries. Ub didn't understand why he and Goku had to engage in such a battle. Where has the former Mr. Goku gone? Compared to Ub's full power attack, Goku's headache seemed not to have completely subsided, causing him to fall into a disadvantage during the fight. Soon, Ub, who was originally in a weaker position, finally began to take the upper hand. Is Goku going to lose? Just as Lin Chen was thinking this, the battle took an unexpected turn. Just when Ub saw an opportunity to deliver a fatal blow to Goku, who could have predicted that this child, the reincarnation of Majin Buu, would hesitate at this moment. In that instant, Ub stopped his attack, tears appearing in his eyes. Although he had spent only a short 2 years with Goku, their relationship as both teacher and friend made it impossible for Ub to strike. Mr. Goku. I can't do it. Splurt. Just as Ub stopped his attack, Goku grinned evilly and pierced his stomach. Even the embodiment of the reincarnation of a demon knew about friendship and family love, but the current Goku had abandoned everything. His actions made Lin Chen, who was watching from the side, feel a chill. Goku, what has happened to you? Ub, with his stomach pierced, was like a kite with a broken string as he slowly fell from the sky. Goku watched all of this with an evil smile, not moved by Ub's actions but instead mocking his foolishness. Fool, how can you hesitate in a life-and-death battle? Even if you just unleashed your potential, it's over now. After saying that, a bright light appeared in Goku's hands, intending to deliver the final blow to Ub. But just at that moment, Lin Chen's gaze turned to the side, muttering, "Is he finally here?" As he spoke, a golden light suddenly flew in from a distance. This golden light didn't stop, it directly caught Ub and quickly flew away into the distance. Humph. An interesting opponent has finally arrived. Goku laughed, using instant transmission. The person who rescued Ub did not go far before stopping. Because he knew that in front of Goku, it was meaningless to run no matter how far. He placed Ub on the ground and without looking back, said, "You once said that this child is the reincarnation of Kid Buu, and you wanted to teach him martial arts. So, what's going on, Kakarot?" Behind the figure, Goku appeared. But without a word, he transformed into Super Saiyan 2. Vegeta, no more talking, let's have a fight. The person who rescued Ub was Vegeta. Seeing Goku provoke him, as his eternal rival, Vegeta naturally wouldn't back down. He directly transformed into Super Saiyan 2. Although I don't know what happened, Kakarot, as long as it's your challenge, I won't refuse. Hee hee. Goku smirked, in this situation, it reminds me of our fight during the Majin Buu period. Although time has changed, the situation hasn't, Vegeta. There's still a fundamental difference in power between you and me. Vegeta immediately retorted, "Shut up, things are different now, Kakarot. Are you going to fight or not? Bring it on." Big Bang Attack. As soon as Goku finished speaking, Vegeta initiated the battle with a deadly move. But unexpectedly, after this move, Vegeta actually fled. Goku was stunned for a moment and immediately chased after. "Vegeta, I misjudged you. This world is really unexpected." Lin Chen shook his head in the sky. The changes in this world far exceeded his imagination. Goku became the evil one, while Vegeta became the embodiment of justice. Vegeta's departure just now was not out of cowardice but to make Goku leave the scene. The purpose was to give Bu, who sneaked over, a chance to rescue someone. Under Lin Chen's feet, once Fat Bu confirmed that Goku and the others were far away, he arrived at the scene. Bu's healing ability easily brought Ub, who was on the verge of death, back to life. And when Ub woke up, Lin Chen thought for a moment and landed on the ground. Who? Bu had just revived Ub and sensed someone approaching, immediately becoming alert. But when he saw Lin Chen, he paused. "Who are you? I don't think I've seen you before." "Relax, I mean no harm. I just want to ask Ub a few questions." "Me?" Ub, rubbing his head, had just got up from the ground and heard Lin Chen's words. He looked at Lin Chen strangely and asked, "Mister, what do you want to ask?" "Goku turning into that, is it because of you?" Ub lowered his head, seemingly feeling a bit guilty. Lin Chen continued, "I'll be honest with you, I was nearby before Goku had trouble, so I witnessed your previous battle. At that time, it seemed like you tapped into the power of Majin Bu." "Yes. Actually, after training with Mr. Goku, I discovered an evil power within my body. Mr. Goku told me it was Majin Bu's power and warned me that I'm still immature, and I can't control that power freely, so I'm not supposed to use it normally. But in the heat of the moment, I got carried away and forgot about it, so." Ub raised his head and looked at Lin Chen, saying, "Mister, did Mr. Goku suddenly change like this because of the power of Majin Bu?" "I don't know, but it seems that it's possibly due to the double influence of your punch and Majin Bu's power." Lin Chen speculated, when Goku was young, he had a violent nature, but due to a head injury, his temperament changed significantly. However, your attack seems to have restored his true nature. How is that possible? Can Mr. Goku return to normal? Ub asked. "I'm not sure about that." Lin Chen looked up and glanced into the distance, where Vegeta and Goku were once again engaged in battle. From their auras, the fight seemed intense. "You two should escape on your own. Goku is obviously different now from the past. Don't hold on to any illusions." After saying this, Lin Chen used instant transmission and left the two. Seeing Lin Chen suddenly disappear, Bu and Ub's mouth opened wide. "Mr. Bu, who was that person just now?" Ub couldn't help but ask. "I don't know, but he seems strong. I'm not his match." Bu's words caused Ub's eyes to widen, and he became even more curious about that person's identity. On the other side, Lin Chen arrived above the battlefield. Below, the fight between Vegeta and Goku had escalated to an intense stage. Surprisingly, the two seemed evenly matched. This caught Lin Chen off guard. Because in terms of strength, the normal state power of this world's Vegeta was only 80% of Goku's. But now, the two were evenly matched, and from the situation below, Vegeta even seemed to have a slight advantage. It was quite unexpected. After watching for a while, Lin Chen realized that Vegeta had actually reached Super Saiyan 2 full power. Meanwhile Goku was still in the regular Super Saiyan 2 form. Although there was a difference in their normal state strength, the different transformations compensated for the gap between them. Just then, the two simultaneously stopped. Goku, with a surprised expression, said, "I never thought you would bridge the gap in our normal state strength. Vegeta, you really are a genius." "The genius is you, Kakarot." I admit, you are the #1 Saiyan in the world. Since the Cell Games, you have left me completely behind. At that time, I saw the gap between us. Since then, you've been one step ahead of me, always standing ahead of me, ruthlessly trampling on my confidence. So, to catch up with you, I abandoned all dignity, investigated all the training you've undergone, and followed each step, leading to today. With Vegeta's impassioned speech, Goku and Lin Chen, who was hiding nearby, finally understood why this world's Vegeta, under the same transformation, could actually keep up with Goku's pace. It turned out that, just like the Vegeta in Lin Chen's world, this Vegeta in this world retraced Goku's growth path to bridge the gap. From the earliest Korin Tower to Snake Way and later to Kai's planet, Vegeta painstakingly repeated every training Goku had undergone, leading to the situation today. You are really good, Vegeta. In order to catch up with me, you even did such training. I acknowledge your efforts. Unfortunately, have you forgotten that I still have this technique? The air suddenly began to tremble, and Goku's aura rapidly surged like a volcano erupting. After a burst of white light, the most powerful Super Saiyan 3 appeared. What an exaggerated transformation! Vegeta said with an unpleasant expression. In the sky, Lin Chen crossed his arms, observing the progress below while contemplating the system's prompt. At this point, he could pretty much conclude that the phrase the system mentioned earlier, witness events occurring in World 141 to get clues above Super Saiyan 4, referred to the current event of the birth of evil Goku. However, from the current perspective, Lin Chen realized that, perhaps because this was a mini-world, the most powerful transformation that Goku in this world mastered is only Super Saiyan 3. After that, whether it's Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan 4, the Saiyans of this world don't know. If that's the case, where does the clue about something above Super Saiyan 4 come from? At this moment, Lin Chen suddenly noticed that Piccolo had also arrived near the scene. However, his gaze only stayed on Piccolo for a short time before shifting away. This world's Piccolo, at best, had a power level equivalent to Goku's Super Saiyan 1 full power, and is not worth mentioning. Accompanying Piccolo was Gohan. Like many worlds' Gohan, this Gohan could now be called Namekian, a Saiyan with once incredible potential now possessing insignificant strength. Why is Dad and Uncle Vegeta fighting? No, I have to stop them. When Gohan, in overestimating his abilities, attempted to intervene and stop the intense battle between the two, Piccolo stopped him, saying, "Stop, Gohan. The current situation is beyond your interference." Uncle Piccolo. Dad looks weird, I can't just stand idly by. It's useless. Goku's body has undergone a change. That guy is no longer Goku. What? What does that mean? Gohan asked in confusion. In the distance, Lin Chen also furrowed his brow. Although his strength is not noteworthy, it seems that Piccolo, with the wisdom from Kami in his head, has somehow inferred the whole situation. Gohan, do you still remember what happened a long time ago when you were just a child when Raditz, Goku's brother, came to Earth? Piccolo asked. Raditz, Gohan took a deep breath and nodded. He couldn't forget what happened back then. It was from that time that the young Gohan's life changed completely. Piccolo continued to reminisce. I still remember, at that time, Raditz said that Goku was sent to Earth at a very young age to kill all Earthlings. His true nature should be full of murderous desires. In fact, according to old Kami, when Goku first arrived on Earth, he was indeed very ferocious, even making it difficult for people to approach him. But one day, due to a severe blow to the head, Goku became gentle. In other words, Goku lost his Saiyan's fighting nature because of a strong impact to his head. Or, at that time, a kind personality was born in Goku's body. This personality changed Goku's behavior and principles, turning him into a good person, and he has continued to grow ever since. However, during Goku and Ub's training, his head received another strong impact, which resulted in his originally aggressive personality awakening again. Earlier, when Goku kept calling himself Kakarot instead of Goku, it's probably because what has awakened now is this personality called Kakarot. Gohan, the past Goku is already dead. What's there now is the tyrannical Saiyan Kakarot. So, you can't stop him. After hearing Piccolo's explanation, Gohan was completely stunned. Lin Chen, however, frowned. Is the situation really as Piccolo described? Is Goku's change due to split personality? But this split personality cannot explain the evil aura that appeared on Goku after the drastic change in his nature. A mere change in personality cannot cause such a significant change in aura. Perhaps there is another reason behind Goku's change. It's really hard to believe, Uncle Piccolo, what should we do now? I have an idea. Gohan, go gather the Dragon Balls. Dragon Balls? Why? Never mind, I understand. I'll go gather them right away. With that, Gohan turned and left. Piccolo, left behind, chose to continue observing the situation. At this point, Vegeta and SS3 Goku had already exchanged several moves. The result was obvious. The enormous power gap allowed Goku to toy with Vegeta, leaving him no room for resistance. However, what's strange is that facing Goku's overwhelming power, Vegeta, despite taking a beating, maintained a calm and composed expression. His demeanor made even Goku feel something was off. Vegeta, what's with that expression? Do you still think there's hope to defeat me? Vegeta smiled, clenched his fists, and said, Kakarot, how much do you know about Super Saiyan 3's power level? That, why bother finding out such things? Don't say that. You should know that the power level increase for Super Saiyan 2 is twice that of Super Saiyan, and the increase for Super Saiyan 3 is 4 times that of Super Saiyan 2. And in our normal state, I only have 80% of your strength. In other words, no matter how much I improve, I have no chance of winning against your Super Saiyan 3. Goku was stunned for a moment. What? Vegeta, are you admitting defeat? This doesn't sound like you. No, you've got it wrong. I'm not admitting defeat. Vegeta shook his head. But at this moment, Goku noticed something else. Vegeta, who was originally in Super Saiyan 2 state, unexpectedly reverted to Super Saiyan 1 form. Vegeta, what are you doing? Changing into Super 1, are you giving up on fighting? No. Kakarot, I just feel that, to deal with you, this form is enough. What? Are you underestimating me? Goku expressed dissatisfaction verbally, but instead of making rash moves, he began to act cautiously. Even though he had turned evil, Goku was still Goku. As this world's top-notch genius, Goku started analyzing Vegeta's current actions. That confidence, Vegeta, do you have some kind of big move? Indeed, I do. A technique that allows me, with insufficient power level, to suppress your Super Saiyan 3 power. See, Kakarot, this is something I learned on King Kai's planet. Super Kaioken 10X. In an instant, a dark red glow enveloped Vegeta, and his power level instantly increased tenfold. What he used was indeed Kaioken. And it was even in Super Saiyan form, the Super Kaioken. Dad isn't coming back. What kind of joke is that? Uncle Piccolo, this must be a joke, right? Goten seemed unwilling to believe Piccolo's words, but the serious expressions of Piccolo and Gohan made him realize it was no joke. How is that possible? Dad! Dad! Is there really no way to save Dad? Not good. Suddenly, Piccolo's expression changed. It seems we've talked for too long. What do you mean? Goten frowned, but Trunks and Gohan's expression had already changed, looking to the side. It turned out Goku had arrived. He was holding the unconscious Vegeta in one hand, looking at Piccolo and the others along with Shenron as he landed. Are you trying to use the Dragon Balls against me? Idiots, with my current power, what can Shenron do? Piccolo's face darkened. He had summoned Shenron with difficulty, but it was useless. Gohan's body trembled. Indeed, he could feel an unprecedented sense of unfamiliarity from Goku. However, Goten took the initiative to approach. "Dad, Brother Gohan says you've changed. How is that possible? Aren't you still the same dad? Dad, tell me it's not true." Goku sighed, showing the familiar and kind smile Goten knew of. But just when Goten thought that Goku really hadn't changed, Goku's smile suddenly turned gloomy. "There are still fools saying such things. Do you even qualify to be a Saiyan?" With that, Goku threw a ki blast at Goten. Instantly, a huge mushroom cloud rose from the ground, distorting the light with its orange hues. Goten, held by Piccolo, turned to look at the distant explosion, almost in shock. "Dad, is he really trying to kill us? How can this be? I told you, that's not Goku anymore." Piccolo shouted, looking to the side. Gohan and Trunks were carrying the Dragon Balls, while Shenron was following beside him. Having finally summoned the Dragon Balls, could they really do nothing? Goku looked at the departing group, then at his own hands. "TCH, is this all the energy I have left now? Well, it doesn't matter. It's enough to kill them." With that, Goku transformed into a Super Saiyan and used instant transmission, blocking Piccolo and the others' path. "Hey! Whoever wants to die first, you can step forward," Goku said with an evil smile. Although only in Super Saiyan form, Goku was confident that he could handle these people in front of him. A Namekian whose strength had stopped growing, 3 Saiyans who had neglected training due to peaceful lives, how could they be his opponents? But at that moment, Goku raised an eyebrow. Trunks stepped forward. "Mr. Goku, release my dad right away." "You mean Vegeta?" "Sure." Goku casually tossed Vegeta to the ground and then threw a ki blast at him, seemingly aiming to kill him. "Dad!" Trunks shouted, swiftly rushing over. Before the ki blast hit, he transformed into a Super Saiyan and, with all his might, deflected Goku's ki blast. "Mr. Goku! Are you really going to kill us?" "Ah, that's right. Not just you all, I'm going to kill everyone on Earth." Goku smirked, speaking with indifference. Ah. Just as Goku finished speaking, Trunks screamed and charged towards Goku. "Unforgivable! Fool! Come back!" Piccolo wanted to stop Trunks, yet surprisingly, he discovered that he didn't dare to act. This left Piccolo in despair. The former Great Demon King Piccolo had lost the courage to face the enemy. Compared to Vegeta, Trunks' normal state strength was naturally far from Goku's level. Although both were Super Saiyans, with just one confrontation, Trunks ended up embarrassingly knocked down by Goku. However, another figure rushed forward at this moment. "Gohan!" Piccolo shouted loudly, but to his surprise, Goten in front of him also rushed forward. They both transformed into Super Saiyan, standing together against their father. Whoosh! 3 similar-looking figures entangled with each other. The three-way battle between father and sons was intense from the beginning. But the outcome of this battle was already predetermined. One side was ruthless, while the other hesitated about why they had to fight. Not to mention the power level difference between the two sides. After just a dozen exchanges, Goten couldn't hold on anymore. Goku kicked him to the ground, almost breaking his neck. Next was Gohan, caught by Goku's left hand, almost getting it snapped. Damn it! Seeing that both were almost done for, Piccolo had to throw aside his cloak and prepare to intervene. Although he knew his strength wouldn't be of much help, he had no other choice. However, just before Piccolo was about to intervene, Goku suddenly quickly retreated, creating distance from Gohan. Swish! A ki blast passed through the spot where he had just stood. Who? Goku turned his head, but his expression suddenly worsened. Stop! Otherwise, I won't be polite. The one who attacked him turned out to be Fat Bu. Majin Bu. Protecting humans other than Satan. Majin Bu, when did you become a champion of justice? I'm just repaying a favor. Fat Bu said with a smile. Goku glanced at him, his face somewhat serious. With his current stamina, bullying Gohan and the others was no problem, but Fat Bu was entirely different. Even though Fat Bu had lost most of his power due to splitting in the past, he was still Majin Bu, his strength was at least equivalent to Super Saiyan 2. Mr. Bu, please restrain Dad. We need to find a way to restore him to normal. Gohan pleaded with all his strength. I got it. Fat Bu nodded. He took a deep breath and then blew towards Goku with all his might. Suddenly, an immensely powerful storm swept towards Goku. Boom! After the storm subsided, Goku had actually disappeared. Oh! Was it so powerful that it blew him away? Fat Bu scratched his head, unable to understand. No, he probably escaped. Piccolo rushed to Goten's side, checked his injuries, and then said, Bu, I remember you can heal. Can you treat them first? Sure thing. Under Bu's power, Goten soon woke up. Next, Vegeta, who was on the verge of death, also recovered his strength. When Vegeta also woke up under Bu's treatment, he immediately wanted to go find Goku for a rematch. However, Piccolo stopped him. Wait, Vegeta. Even if you go look for Goku now, it might not be useful. He can use instant transmission, if he wants to leave, no one can stop him. What should we do then? Just let him roam around causing destruction. I fought him, so I know, Kakarot is not the same as before. Vegeta sternly said, he's a demon more fierce than the past me, and most importantly, he's a combat genius. That's exactly why we shouldn't go after him now. Gohan, seeing Piccolo's serious expression, suddenly spoke, Uncle Piccolo, do you have a solution? You could say so. Don't forget, we still have Shenron. Shenron. The others raised their heads, gazing at Shenron that had yet to disappear in the sky. Uncle Piccolo, didn't Shenron say earlier that it doesn't have a way to turn Dad back? No, it's not that it doesn't have a way, but that it can't. However, that doesn't mean it doesn't know if there's a way. Uncle Piccolo, what do you mean? Huh? Goten, listening to Piccolo's somewhat convoluted words, felt a bit dizzy. Stupid Goten, Uncle Piccolo means we can ask Shenron for a way to turn Mr. Goku back, Trunks mocked. Hearing that, Gohan immediately raised his head and asked Shenron, Shenron, do you know a way to turn Dad back? Yes, if you make thy wish. Shenron's answer brought joy to everyone's faces. Meanwhile, on the other side, on North Kai's planet. Goku had one hand on Supreme Kai's back, while the other was gulping down food and water on North Kai's planet. Sorry, Kai-sama, I've exhausted too much energy. I need to rest here for a bit. Goku. I never thought you would turn into evil, it's truly hard to believe. But Goku, why did you come to me? This isn't a good place for rest. Feeling the faint killing intent emanating from Goku, North Kai dared not make any rash moves and could only let him recover. Because only here can I better monitor the mortal world. I need rest now, but the Dragon Balls are in play, and I absolutely can't ignore them. So the best choice is to rest while using your power to observe them. You. Although Goku had turned evil, his previous combat intelligence had not diminished at all. It's precisely this aspect that North Kai finds even more terrifying. Indeed, compared to those past villains, Goku turning evil is the most terrifying. While North Kai dared not act recklessly and could only comply with Goku's actions, everything on North Kai's planet also fell under the watchful eyes of Lin Chen, who was hiding in the distance. What will Goku do next? Lin Chen was now certain that the clues above Super Saiyan 4 must be on Goku, so he naturally intended to keep a close eye on him. However, this time, Lin Chen didn't know that the developments in this world were becoming entwined with him. On Earth, Gohan was ready to make a wish to Shenron. But Piccolo warned, "Gohan, are you sure you want to ask now? Although Goku's whereabouts are unknown, I'm sure he's hiding in the shadows, watching us. If we ask Shenron now, our cards will be laid bare to him. Uncle Piccolo, if you don't have a better way, then we can only rely on Shenron." Gohan turned around and said. Piccolo remained silent for a moment, then nodded. Vegeta also said, "Using schemes in front of Kakarot is useless. Gohan, go for it." "All right." Gohan took a deep breath and looked at Shenron, saying, "Shenron, please tell us the way to restore my dad to normal." Shenron said, "Goku's condition is caused by the demonic energy that triggered his Saiyan nature. To restore him, someone must subdue him with absolute strength, then use a force full of righteous energy to attack his head, driving away the Saiyan nature while calling back the other Goku within him. Is that it?" Hearing Shenron's method, everyone's faces showed a difficult expression. What a load of nonsense. Vegeta spat. His previous battle with Goku had already proven that in this world, Goku was undoubtedly the strongest. Even he wasn't Goku's match, so who in this world could subdue him? "Shenron, does the person you mentioned really exist in this world?" Gohan asked, wearing an uncertain expression. In his desperation, he was only trying to grasp the last straw, but unexpectedly, Shenron gave him not just a straw but also a more effective remedy for the ailment. "There is. That person is called Lin Chen, currently to the east of North Kai's planet, coordinates XXX, YYY. What? Lin Chen? Who is he?" Shenron. While Gohan and the others wanted to ask for more information, Shenron had already started to disappear due to fulfilling the wish. Seeing this, Gohan could only turn to Vegeta. "Uncle Vegeta, can you take us there?" Vegeta looked embarrassed. "I only have a superficial understanding of instant transmission, I can only use it in close-range combat." "No problem, we have another way." Piccolo spoke, "North Kai's planet is in Otherworld. Dend is Kami, he can take us to Otherworld. Then we can directly go from there to North Kai's planet. Let's go then." With that, everyone swiftly flew towards Lookout. Although they were not sure who this Lin Chen mentioned by Shenron was, it was their last hope. Meanwhile, on North Kai's planet, Goku, through North Kai's ability, also heard Shenron's words. This surprised him a bit. To the east of North Kai's planet? That's nearby, right? Strange, why can't I sense anything in that direction? North Kai. I can't sense anything either. North Kai, like Goku, heard Shenron's words but he couldn't understand their meaning. Similarly, he had no idea who this Lin Chen mentioned by Shenron was. Shenron actually said that person could defeat me? Ridiculous. I am the strongest in this world. Goku thought for a moment but didn't immediately make any rash moves. Since that guy is nearby and hasn't made a move, I don't need to act recklessly. I'll wait until I've recovered my strength first. I want to see who this person is that Shenron says can completely suppress me. With that thought, Goku closed his eyes and began rapidly restoring his energy. His actions seemed strange to Lin Chen, who was observing from afar. Because he couldn't see what was happening on Earth, Lin Chen didn't know that, at this moment, his name had become known to everyone, and even his location had been discovered. For the next half hour, it seemed something strange was going on in front of Lin Chen. On Goku's side, it appeared that he had started to rest. Goku kept his eyes closed, and North Kai, whom he had grabbed, dared not move. As for the situation on Gohan and others' side, Lin Chen was unaware. However, seeing Goku so composed, Lin Chen knew that they probably hadn't found a way to deal with him yet, or else they would have taken action long ago. But, in reality, in a place unknown to Lin Chen, Gohan and the others had already, with Den's help, traversed the barrier between the mortal world and other world and were rapidly flying towards North Kai's planet. Suddenly, Goku opened his eyes as his aura had fully recovered. So fast. North Kai was surprised. Considering Goku's previous condition, it would be normal for him to rest for a few days. How did he recover so quickly? On his planet, there was nothing like senzu beans. In the distance, Lin Chen frowned. At that moment, he suddenly felt that something strange had happened in Goku's body. It was a very mysterious change, somewhat similar to the power of laws. It seemed like something peculiar had occurred in Goku's body. At this moment, Goku smiled. Power. It seems that the intense battle with Vegeta has pushed me further. That's right, you've become stronger. However, North Kai looked pained. Goku becoming stronger was not a good thing for the world. Just then, Goku said, North Kai, at the moment when my strength was increasing, I saw something. What did you see? In that split second, I actually saw that there are many various possibilities in this world. Huh? What are you talking about? Doesn't North Kai-sama know? In this world, there exists a god of destruction, a god even Supreme Kai-sama fears. Lin Chen, in the distance, frowned. He confirmed that he hadn't misheard, Goku did mention god of destruction. But in this world, god of destruction simply did not exist. If so, why would Goku suddenly know the term god of destruction? North Kai, on the other hand, was also puzzled. Goku, what are you talking about? There is no such thing as god of destruction. The strongest god in this world is none other than the Grand Kai, who resides at the pinnacle of the four Kais. And above Grand Kai is Supreme Kai. So, what are you talking about? Yeah, Goku smiled and said, just as I said, there are many, many possibilities in this world. Although this world doesn't have the existence of God of Destruction, in other worlds, God of Destruction has appeared. It's like future Trunks back then. If it weren't for his appearance, the me in this world would have died. Future Trunks' world is that kind of world, it gave up on Goku's existence. In short, based on people's actions and intentions, there can be many possibilities in this world. This change is not just about someone existing or disappearing, even the personality of the same person can change. Take androids, for example. In future Trunks' world, those androids were wicked villains, but in our world, androids have become gentle. The same individuals in two different worlds become different people due to the choices made by their respective worlds. North Kai stared wide-eyed, looking at Goku in disbelief. As a god, he quickly understood the meaning of Goku's words. Goku, you're right. Indeed, there might be many possibilities in this world. God of Destruction you mentioned could potentially exist in other worlds. But, how did you know about it? I don't know, but in that moment just now, I saw many versions of myself from other worlds. It turns out, besides Super Saiyan 3, Saiyans have many more powerful forms. Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, Legendary Super Saiyan. It's truly fascinating, Saiyans are a race with infinite possibilities. So that's how it is. At this moment, Lin Chen finally understood what had happened to Goku just now. He had heard from Kranoa that some people could accidentally perceive the existence of other worlds. Most of these people are natural-born powerful warriors, and sometimes, they can unconsciously awaken the power of time that originally belongs to the Supreme Kai of Time, allowing them to observe events in other timelines. The situation just now was probably like that. Originally, the North Kai possessed the ability to observe the mortal world. Goku had his hand placed on North Kai's back before, and it is likely that during that time, he inadvertently awakened the power of time, and through North Kai, he saw many events that happened in different timelines. However, Lin Chen found it strange. If that was the case, could the clues provided by the system refer to Goku accidentally awakening the power of time and seeing another version of himself from a different world? But Lin Chen could do the same thing. Just observing different worlds. As long as he wanted, Lin Chen could freely observe at Kranoa's place. In fact, he had indeed observed before. However, in the worlds he had seen, there seemed to be no existence beyond Super Saiyan 4. Was Goku's words really related to the system's hint? For a moment, Lin Chen couldn't help but want to approach Goku. But at that moment, several figures suddenly appeared in front of Lin Chen. It's them. Why did they come here? The figures who had appeared in front of Lin Chen were Piccolo and others. Humph. Why did they come here? Right, it's for that person. This situation was somewhat interesting. Besides Lin Chen, both Goku and North Kai knew the purpose of Piccolo and the others coming here. So, Lin Chen was somewhat puzzled to see Piccolo and others suddenly turn around and fly towards him when they were approaching North Kai's planet. He was even more puzzled when Goku suddenly transformed into a Super Saiyan 3 and fired a Kamehameha in his direction. When the massive energy wave pierced through the sky and headed straight towards him, Lin Chen had no choice but to dodge. But it was at this moment that Goku's figure suddenly appeared beside him. "Hey, you're really here, Mr. Lin Chen." Upon hearing Goku utter his name, Lin Chen couldn't help but raise his eyebrows. "You know me?" "Yeah, Mr. Lin Chen, you might find it hard to believe, but I just witnessed the possibilities of many worlds. And among them is the world you belong to. In the world I saw, you are undoubtedly powerful, the king of all Saiyans. Just the thought of you appearing before me made my blood boil." Goku spoke while his body was trembling slightly. His hair was fluttering in the air, a clear sign of him unable to control his aura due to his excitement. In Lin Chen's eyes, the current Goku resembled Vegeta more than Goku, looking like someone eager to challenge formidable opponents. Just as the two were facing off, Gohan and the others finally arrived. Seeing the other person on the scene, Gohan couldn't help but ask, "I'm sorry, are you Mr. Lin Chen?" "That's right. How did you guys find out about me?" Lin Chen wondered, thinking if Gohan and the others had also glimpsed different timelines. Gohan was about to explain when Trunks excitedly patted his shoulder. "Brother Gohan, look at his back. He actually has a tail." Gohan paused for a moment, only then realizing that Lin Chen was also a Saiyan. But aside from his father and Vegeta, weren't they the young generation the only ones left? When did another Saiyan suddenly appear? Gohan was so surprised that he couldn't even speak. Piccolo, standing nearby, explained on his behalf, "Mister, we learned about your existence through Shenron." "Shenron? What wish did you make?" Lin Chen was puzzled. It wasn't strange that Shenron knew about him, but what wish did they make that led Shenron to reveal his existence? "Well, we wished for it to tell us who could save our father. Honestly, our father, Goku, was originally a kind person, he..." Before Gohan could finish, Goku impatiently interrupted them. "Alright, Gohan, aren't you trying to get this person named Lin Chen to deal with me? No need for words, even if he doesn't agree, I will actively seek him out." Goku looked at Lin Chen and said, "Hey, Lin Chen from another world, you must have a special technique to hide your aura, right? So, you've been secretly observing me? I don't like being spied on, so, prepare to die." With that, Goku transformed directly into Super Saiyan 2. However, his Super Saiyan 2 form, in addition to the golden lightning jumping around him, also had black demonic energy swirling around the edges. The next second, Goku appeared in front of Lin Chen without any warning. His fist, containing a violent energy, struck forward, erupting into thousands of dazzling flashes of light. But at that moment, Lin Chen easily blocked his fist. "Goku, using the power of Super Saiyan 2 alone won't be enough to defeat me. Don't you know that?" Boom! An aura like a hurricane suddenly blew towards Goku's face, causing his cheeks to sting. When the hurricane subsided, Lin Chen in front of him had already transformed into legendary Super Saiyan form. Lin Chen wasn't Vegeta, to deal with this world's Super Saiyan 2 Goku, if he used the power of the Black God, it would be just bullying. The basic legendary Super Saiyan form was more than enough. Bang! Lin Chen returned the punch. The energy surrounding Goku immediately scattered and he spat out blood, flying backward like a kite with a broken string. Goku, who previously made Trunks and the others shiver and caused Piccolo to not dare to intervene, was unexpectedly sent flying with just one move. Lin Chen's strength exceeded the expectations of Gohan and the others. But then, they were immediately overjoyed. Gohan and the others now understood why Shenron mentioned that Lin Chen could help. Turns out, he was truly formidable. Without delay, Gohan conveyed everything Shenron had said to Lin Chen. After listening, Lin Chen finally understood that, unknowingly, he had become involved in the history of this world. It shouldn't be considered as him disrupting history, right? Lin Chen speculated. Krenoa had once said that sometimes, the arrival of people from other worlds was inherently a part of the world's history. Just like in Lin Chen's world, the visit of future Trunks was inevitable. If he didn't come, then history would truly be altered. Lin Chen's current situation was probably similar to future Trunks. Since that's the case, he wouldn't hold back. At this moment, Goku, who was sent flying, wiped the blood from the corners of his mouth. Amazing. Too amazing. Since Majin Buu, it's been a long time since I've encountered a powerful warrior like you. This kind of battle is what satisfies me. Boom. A violent aura erupted out, and Goku instantly transformed into Super Saiyan 3. The immense energy caused North Kai's planet in the distance to tremble. On the planet, North Kai, under this violent aura, staggered and exclaimed, "Such a terrifying power. Goku has become much stronger before." Indeed, at this moment, Goku, for some reason, had a power level almost double that of before. Such a power level increase was nothing short of monstrous. Unfortunately, Goku's opponent this time was Lin Chen, who was even more monstrous than him. As soon as the transformation was complete, Goku's assault began. In an instant, numerous massive fireballs appeared everywhere on the scene. Each fireball stirred up endless violent energy vortexes as it expanded. Piccolo and the others were scrambling to hide amidst these fireballs, looking in sorry state. Not good. All of you, quickly get away. The battle here is not something we can approach. Just as Piccolo's words fell, fireballs from all directions began to bombard Lin Chen. However, all the fireballs were blocked by a bright green energy shield before hitting Lin Chen. When the energy shield dissipated, numerous lightning had appeared around Lin Chen, and his figure became even more tall and sturdy than before. Legendary Super Saiyan 2. This should be enough. Bang! Goku suddenly swept out his legs, the swift and fierce movement brought forth a powerful aura. Lin Chen narrowed his eyes, coldly observing, and swiftly moved his body. Then, crackling sounds rang out. Goku's Super Saiyan 3 and Lin Chen's legendary Super Saiyan 2 engaged in a direct confrontation. Countless afterimages appeared in the sky, and the thunderous sound echoed like firecrackers. So fast. I can't see their movements at all. Goten, watching from a distance, exclaimed. In fact, not just him, no one on the scene could keep up with their movements. On this day, a mysterious rumbling sound could be heard from every corner of the other world. Most people didn't understand. Although the other world wasn't a good place, it had never been known to have thunder. The ignorant thought it was thunder. However, those aware of the truth, like King Yema, were huddled over desks, trembling while holding their heads. Who could have imagined that the usually peaceful other world would host such a formidable battle? Ha! Goku cried out, his hands moving ceaselessly, each strike delivered with full force. Yet, Lin Chen effortlessly caught every one of his attacks. This displeased Goku's proud Saiyan bloodline. He could sense that the opponent wasn't even using his full power. So, Goku accelerated, employing instant transmission and launching continuous sneak attacks. However, Goku didn't anticipate that Lin Chen could also use instant transmission, and he was faster and stronger. On the sidelines, Gohan and the others could only hear thunderous clashes like lightning strikes but couldn't see their fight. Finally, after a loud bang, Lin Chen and Goku reappeared. The two were in vastly different conditions. Lin Chen was unscathed, his aura steady. Goku, on the other hand, was covered in wounds, clearly having suffered significant injuries. Not to mention, Goku, who had originally recovered to his peak state, was now gasping for breath heavily. How is this possible? You should only be in Super Saiyan 2 form, right? Why are you so powerful? It's the disparity in strength, Lin Chen replied with a faint smile. Although their forms were different, the normal state's power level difference between the two was staggering. Moreover, you haven't even used your full strength yet, have you? Goku hadn't unleashed his full strength yet, although even if he did, Lin Chen wouldn't be concerned. Humph. If that's the case, then I'll show you my full strength, ha. Goku's aura erupted once again. Initially, he was planning to conserve some energy to deal with Piccolo and the others, but the current situation didn't allow him to hold back. Goku's energy surged rapidly, causing the entire other world to shake. Now, Goku's energy was much stronger than when he fought Vegeta before. As his full strength erupted out, even the planet closest to the battlefield, North Kai's planet, in the distance began to crack as if it were about to be destroyed. Finally, after a roar, Goku completed his transformation. His energy had reached a peak unimaginable to the inhabitants of this world. How about that? This is my full strength. Not bad. In this universe, there's no one who is your match now. Unfortunately, you encountered me today. Lin Chen also revealed his full strength in legendary Super Saiyan 2 form, and his aura skyrocketed, ultimately overpowering Goku. Immediately, an aura that was comparable to the one just now, or even stronger, appeared in this world. Under this aura, North Kai's planet in the distance couldn't withstand it any longer and began to shatter. Wow! My planet! Who on earth is that person? How can he be so terrifying? Just as North Kai cried out, he was blown away from his planet by this aura. Gohan and the others looked on in shock as Goku and Lin Chen successively revealed their strength. Dad has become so powerful, but even more unbelievable is that this Saiyan named Lin Chen is even stronger than Dad. Gohan's entire body trembled. Uncle Piccolo, where did this Lin Chen come from? I don't know. This is the first time I've heard of him. But from what Goku said earlier, could he be from another world? Not good, it seems I'm no match for him at all. Feeling the overwhelming pressure released by Lin Chen, Goku also felt the situation getting troublesome. The current scenario was basically a reversal of his previous situation with Vegeta. The gap in strength between the two was simply too vast. Under normal circumstances, winning was impossible. What's even more terrifying is that during their high-speed battle earlier, Goku discovered that Lin Chen had mastered instant transmission and could attack him while using it. At this rate, he couldn't win and also couldn't escape. With these thoughts, Goku suddenly shouted and attacked Gohan and the others nearby. In an instant, a blast wave full of immense destruction shot towards them. Gohan's pupils suddenly contracted, he didn't expect his father to attack them without hesitation. The approaching blast wave was no joke, Goku's attack was genuinely meant to kill them. Dad! Snap out of it! Gohan roared, instantly transforming into a Super Saiyan. Similarly, a Kamehameha was fired, but it was quickly pushed back. Trunks! Uncle Piccolo! Amidst Gohan's roar, Trunks and Goten also transformed into Super Saiyans, unleashing blast waves together. Piccolo and Fat Bu also used their own moves. The combined energy blast from the five temporarily slowed down Goku's attack, but they still weren't enough. Fortunately, at this moment, from another direction, a sparkling green energy blast came crashing in. Initially small, this energy blast suddenly expanded hundreds of times upon impact. Then it collided with Goku's energy blast, pushing it aside. "Mr. Lin Chen, thank you, but Dad escaped." Seeing they were now safe, Gohan suddenly shouted. Just a moment ago, Goku had used instant transmission and escaped back to Earth from the other world. Once leaving the other world, Goku reverted to his normal state. That Lin Chen is too powerful. Super Saiyan 3 alone isn't enough to compete with him. I have to use a different power. Saying this, Goku suddenly raised his hands towards the sky. Snap! Although the spirit bomb in this world is a righteous technique, I've seen it. In other worlds, there exists a spirit bomb filled with evil. Lin Chen, I'm going to use this move to deal with you. People of Earth, give me your energy. I need enough to defeat that guy. Give it to me. At this moment, the auras of all living beings on Earth unexpectedly began to uncontrollably gather in Goku's hands. In just a few seconds, a massive spirit bomb appeared between his hands. But Goku felt it wasn't enough. This bit of energy couldn't deal with Lin Chen. Since you won't give it willingly, I'll take it myself. Ha! The spirit bomb in Goku's hands instantly swelled several times. Simultaneously, across the entire Earth, a tragedy unfolded. Countless people collapsed to the ground as Goku forcibly took their vitality. Escaped. At this moment, near North Kai's planet, Lin Chen watched Goku disappear, shaking his head slightly. Goku with instant transmission was indeed troublesome. If one wasn't careful, he could immediately slip away. Lin Chen didn't rush to pursue but turned to look at Gohan and the others. Are you all okay? We are fine, Mr. Lin Chen. We entrust our father to you. Shenron told us that only you can save him, pleaded Gohan. Got it, but you guys shouldn't follow. Just leave him to me. Just then, a voice suddenly intruded into everyone's ears. Mr. Lin Chen, Mr. Lin Chen. I am the North Kai. North Kai. What's the matter? Mr. Lin Chen, Goku has escaped to Earth. Please hurry and stop him, said North Kai. Don't worry, I'll go over right away. Just as Lin Chen was about to leave, North Kai said, Mr. Lin Chen, you must be careful. Goku has prepared a trap for you. A trap? Lin Chen didn't take it seriously. In the face of absolute strength difference, he didn't think Goku could do anything to him. But North Kai spoke with a serious tone, Mr. Lin Chen, don't underestimate Goku. He has prepared a spirit bomb for you, and that spirit bomb is completely different from the one Goku used in the past. A scene suddenly entered the minds of Lin Chen and the others. This was the situation on Earth as seen through North Kai's ability. In the scene, a grim situation had unfolded in all major cities on Earth. Everyone was lying on the ground, listless and dying. Thousands of elderly people and children had already lost their lives. And the culprit behind all this was none other than Goku. At this moment, above Goku's head, a spirit bomb as massive as the moon had formed. Unlike the white spirit bomb shining with the light of justice, this spirit bomb was black. This is. To gather energy, Goku forcefully stole the vitality of all living beings on Earth. Now, half of the living beings on Earth have lost their lives due to the stolen vitality. Goku, he turned the spirit bomb, which should have protected others, into a demon that takes lives. This move is no longer the spirit bomb I taught him, it should be called the evil spirit bomb. On North Kai's face, a rare expression of anger appeared. At this moment, he was genuinely furious, angered by Goku's actions. Evil spirit bomb. However, Lin Chen was surprised because he found that he actually knew about Goku's move. The system had once offered the evil spirit bomb as a reward for a mission. Never did he expect to encounter it today. But did Goku comprehended this move on his own or learned it from somewhere else? Mr. Lin Chen. Please stop Goku. I know, leave it to me. Saying that, Lin Chen immediately used instant transmission and appeared directly on Earth. Almost as soon as he landed on Earth, Goku reacted immediately. He's here. Goku's lips curled into an evil smile as he instantly appeared next to Lin Chen. Then, without any hesitation, he swung down both of his hands. Disappear. Lin Chen. The terrifying and chilling spirit bomb immediately flew towards Lin Chen. In his eyes, it grew bigger and bigger, resembling a miniature sun, releasing terrifying energy. For this spirit bomb, Goku had practically drained the vitality of nearly all living beings on Earth. Except for a few people, like Tien Shinhan and others, who resisted Goku's extraction, even the fish in the sea, birds in the sky, and animals on the ground were not spared. A spirit bomb condensed with the essence of tens of millions or even billions of living beings. Such a spirit bomb was powerful but filled with evil. To ensure that this attack would hit Lin Chen, Goku played a trick while using instant transmission, moving directly above Lin Chen. In this way, if Lin Chen tried to use instant transmission to dodge, Earth would inevitably be destroyed. So, how will you choose? Goku grinned evilly at Lin Chen, applying an extra thrust to the spirit bomb in his hands. Hiss, hiss, hiss. Terrifying energy crackled through the clouds, drawing out sparks from the charged particles in the air. The wind howled as lightning flashed through the sky. Finally, the massive ball of light broke through the clouds, crashing towards Lin Chen as if it was the end of the world. A massive energy sphere, so colossal that its diameter needed to be measured in kilometers, barreled towards him. Lin Chen's eyes gradually became solemn. The power of this evil spirit bomb had exceeded the limits that even the legendary Super Saiyan form can handle. Not to mention the legendary Super Saiyan form, even if Majin Buu was here, he would probably be easily destroyed by this spirit bomb. Didn't expect that dealing with an opponent with only Super Saiyan 3 strength would require going this far. Goku, you're truly formidable. Crackle, crackle. Lin Chen softly shouted, and assumed a fighting stance, his entire body igniting with black flames that resembled smoke. Super Saiyan God, Black God form. Seeing the sudden change on Lin Chen's body, Goku's pupils suddenly contracted. Because he realized that Lin Chen's transformation was something he actually recognized. Among the countless possibilities of worlds he had seen before, there existed such transformation. Super Saiyan God. A transformation brought about by accepting the power of a god. Under Goku's astonished gaze, Lin Chen unexpectedly caught his spirit bomb with both hands, and remained motionless in midair. Although the spirit bomb was incomparably huge compared to Lin Chen, it couldn't advance any further. Damn it! Can't move at all. As Goku sighed helplessly, a shockwave surged into the sky. The evil spirit bomb, condensed using the energy of all living beings of Earth, was pushed back by Lin Chen using a Kamehameha. Finally, it soared into the sky, turning into a comet and disappearing into space. In the instant the spirit bomb was pushed back, Goku used instant transmission to get out of the way. He looked at Lin Chen standing in the distance, his eyes burning, wondering what he was thinking. Lin Chen turned around and clenched his fists. Goku, it's time for all of this to end. Let me change you back to your original state. Ha, you think you've already won? Goku smirked and said, Lin Chen, I recognize your transformation. In other worlds, Saiyans learned this transformation after obtaining divine power via comprehending divinity, right? This transformation is indeed powerful. In front of you, I can't help but feel afraid involuntarily. This kind of transformation may not be achievable without long-term comprehension. However, I know that besides your divine realm transformation, Saiyans in other worlds have another possibility. A transformation that relies on the body, possessing power comparable to a god. What are you trying to say? Lin Chen narrowed his eyes. Goku folded his hands and said, I really want to try this possibility. Following Goku's words, Lin Chen suddenly saw a tail appearing behind Goku. Tail? Hold on, where did this tail come from? Feeling Lin Chen's surprised gaze, Goku smirked proudly. Surprised, huh? My original tail was already cut off, but back on Kai's planet, I had North Kai help me grow it back. What? What does that cockroach want to do? Vegeta exclaimed. At that moment, on the already broken Kai's planet, Gohan and others gathered around North Kai, relying on his ability to observe what was happening on Earth. Seeing Goku suddenly pull out his tail, everyone was a bit surprised. North Kai sighed in frustration, I don't know. He didn't say anything when he asked me to bring the tail back. Does he want to transform into Great Ape? Piccolo speculated. But Vegeta shook his head, Lin Chen's strength is unfathomable. What use would transforming into a Great Ape be? Besides, the power increase in the Great Ape form is only 10 times, practically useless. But as they speculated about Goku's intentions. On Earth, Goku condensed a dazzling white mixed energy in his hand. Vegeta immediately recognized it, it was the trick Saiyans used to create an artificial moon. Is Kakarot really trying to transform into a Great Ape? But what's the point? As they watched in surprise, Goku tossed the energy into the air. By now, Lin Chen had figured out Goku's intention, he actually wanted to transform into Super Saiyan 4. This was somewhat unexpected. Nevertheless, Lin Chen had no intention of causing trouble for himself. Before Goku's energy exploded, Lin Chen took the initiative and dispersed the energy. He didn't want to give Goku a chance to transform into Super Saiyan 4. Seeing Lin Chen intervene, Goku raised an eyebrow, sure enough, you must know what I'm up to, huh? But do you think stopping me from creating a moon will prevent me from transforming? What? Lin Chen was surprised, did Goku not need the moon to transform? Suddenly, Goku's body erupted with a dazzling golden light, blinding Lin Chen and making it nearly impossible to see anything. But amidst the dazzling light, Lin Chen could still vaguely see the changes on Goku's body. The light persisted for several seconds. When the light finally dispersed, Goku had undergone a significant transformation. His entire body was covered in red fur, his hair turned black, and a red tail appeared behind him. Red eye sockets, golden pupils, and a sinister smile on his face. It was Goku in Super Saiyan 4 state. How did you? Lin Chen couldn't help but be astonished. He didn't understand how Goku could transform into Super Saiyan 4. Usually, for a Saiyan to transform into Super Saiyan 4, they had to first transform into a golden great ape and then, through willpower, return to humanoid form to achieve Super Saiyan 4 transformation. Only after successfully transforming for the first time could a Saiyan potentially directly transform into Super Saiyan 4 in subsequent transformation. When Lin Chen mastered the Super Saiyan 4 transformation, he followed this process. Why did Goku skip these steps? Could it be because he had observed other worlds? What's going on? On Kai's planet, Piccolo and others were also wearing shocked looks on their faces. Nobody understood what had happened with Goku. Is that really Goku? Damn it! When did he master this transformation? In the Super Saiyan 4 state, Goku's terrifying aura transcended even through spacetime and reached Kai's planet. It was a powerful oppressive force, almost suffocating. What have you done? How can you skip the steps and transform directly into Super Saiyan 4? Upon hearing Lin Chen's words, Vegeta and the others exclaimed in surprise. Super Saiyan 4. So, this is Super Saiyan 4. Did you think I only saw other worlds back then? Goku calmly replied. Let me tell you the truth. At that time, I not only saw other worlds, but I also briefly fused with my other selves from those worlds. Their everything, their experiences, their knowledge, all entered my mind. I am both me of this world and other worlds me. And in the world where my consciousness fused, I had already successfully mastered Super Saiyan 4 transformation. That's why I don't need those complicated steps now. Come on, Lin Chen. Let's have another round. Sure. Lin Chen smirked, eagerly accepting the challenge. Although he didn't succeed in stopping Goku's transformation, Lin Chen was not discouraged at all. Instead, he was excited. This was good. After all, Lin Chen had never fought against Goku in the Super Saiyan 4 state. Such an experience was rare. Lin Chen, here I come. Goku rapidly moved like a flash, instantly closing the distance between them. His golden eyes gleamed, and he clenched his fists, striking towards Lin Chen. In the Super Saiyan 4 form, Goku was indeed able to compensate for the power level difference between them. Facing Goku's attack, Lin Chen also got serious, blocking all of Goku's attacks. Then, he silently moved behind Goku and swept his leg, sending Goku flying without any ability to defend. Troublesome. Goku gritted his teeth. He realized he couldn't sense Lin Chen's aura. So, it felt like he was fighting blind, relying solely on his eyes. This made him completely uncomfortable, as he was used to battling using key sense. Fortunately, the defense of Super Saiyan 4 was extremely strong, and the attack didn't cause any significant harm. Goku executed a backflip, stabilized his body, and then swung both fists. Each punch's force resembled an energy blast, flying towards Lin Chen. Bang, bang, bang. Lin Chen effortlessly deflected these punches. But at this moment, a blue light illuminated Goku's fists. Kamehameha. The blast wave following the punches caught Lin Chen off guard. Pushed by the Kamehameha, Lin Chen kept retreating until he disappeared into the blue-white light. Boom! Kamehameha, not losing momentum after swallowing Lin Chen, pierced through the earth, flying out into space. Oh no! Seeing Lin Chen vanish, everyone on Kai's planet was alarmed. Fortunately, in the next moment, Lin Chen's figure reappeared, landing in front of Goku. There were no obvious injuries on him. Instead, he curled his lips and smiled in surprise. That move just now was not bad. It seems like I have to get serious.